days on the analyst
Chat, let me know
desk.
if you can hear me.
6
How's everyone
days,
doing?
6 opponents.
I didn't think I was gonna be streaming this, but stuff's kind of worked out alright.
Against all. Catch it live on the Global Esports Valorant and YouTube Twitch channels.
That might be a little bit weird.
Get
I
ready for
stole
the
Nuts'
ultimate
headset.
showdown at Global Esports Face-Off. From November 18th to 23rd, we face a new opponent each day in an intense best-of-3 series. Witness the Global Esports 2025 VC
Have a load of
roster in
check.
action, clashing against some of Asia's best teams.
What's up, everyone?
pushing
What's
our
up?
roster's
How you all
strength,
doing?
Strategy and spirit to the absolute limit. This show will be narrated by some of the finest
Did I rest
talents in
well?
Valorant on
I had
the
3
marketplace.
hours and then I took a
Our
flight.
coaches themselves
I've had no
bring down the
rest,
plays on
but
the analyst desk.
it's all good.
6 days, 6 opponents.
Yeah, you can all hear me,
Every
right?
match, every round, GE is going all in against all. Catch it live on the Global Esports Valorant and YouTube Twitch channels.
Why is this not like full?
All right,
Okay, there we go.
ladies
Whoa, that's
and
loud.
gentlemen, welcome to what has been a really anticipated amount of time
just
that has
me that's
passed
loud.
for an amazing event. Global Esports finally coming on the stage in this
Not too
off
bad,
season
not too
to
bad.
show
What's up, everyone?
what
What's
they
up?
can do. Ladies and gentlemen, officially, welcome to
Okay,
Face
so
Off
look at
Global Esports
the
Time
look at
Universe. And
the
with me,
assistant coach
I've
as well
got
talking
our
us through it. That's kind of
assistant
cool.
coach, the man himself,
What do I
elevated.
think about
The
the
man
new
who
roster?
speaks
Let's wait
numbers,
and find
stats,
out.
and everything that makes the game work in the ways that it does. Welcome,
Didn't think I was
elevated.
gonna
First
make it
of
to
all,
watch party.
welcome to
I didn't think I
GE.
was gonna make it
How's
to
your
watch
day been?
party.
How's your
I might have
last
to
2
leave
months
early
been?
for content. I'm doing content with
What's
Liquid
up,
today,
universe? First of all, it's good to be on the desk with you. It's first
but
time
is today the
working with
first
you,
day?
so it
Yeah,
should be
today's the
fun.
first day.
I mean, my last
I
2 months
also
has been
might
wild.
get kicked
I'm
out of the
just gonna put
stream
it that
booth.
way. I'm not gonna explain anything.
So I might
It's
get
just been
kicked out of the
wild,
stream booth.
so
That's
it's all
I
good, so.
haven't. It's all a little bit last
I
minute.
can see that you're,
We didn't think
really,
I'd be landing this
the
early.
guy with the numbers, right? And you've put in a lot of work to even, get
I'm a
into
little bit quiet. I
this
can boost myself
roster as well.
slightly.
You were a part of the
I'll
creating
boost
team
myself
for
when I
this
put the
roster,
mic
right? You were
closer.
the
How about
one
that?
who were, taking charge of the, players who were playing, who should be playing.
It's only
where.
1 vs 3. Yeah,
What
it's only 1
exactly
vs 3.
led you to getting these 5 players on Global Esports?
Sure, yeah. So
Mainstream's too loud. I've
I
turned it
was
down a little
not
bit.
part of the team for the open qualifiers, but
Am I?
once
I'm a
we
little bit
closed
tired, but
qualifiers, like it was like 90
I'm hoping
players.
this will
I
wake me
think.
up a bit.
Closed
Yeah.
qualifiers, still 90 players.
Got
Something
got
like
a
that.
long day
So,
today. Or I've got a long day today.
ever since then, I was involved in
Are the
watching
drops?
the
There
trials,
should
helping
be
give
Jinx
feedback
player
with
card
the
drop
players
live
that
at the
they're playing.
moment.
And honestly, I think we did a lot of eye test. You just like watch the games.
The
you
other
see
teams, yeah, we don't know who the other
looks
teams are until
good,
they
who
get
seems to be
announced.
making good decisions. Obviously, we had them calming, so we're listening. Who's bringing good mood, who's bringing good comms, that type of thing. And then also we just kept stats of
Thought
every
I wouldn't
single
watch.
game as
Yeah,
well. And so
somehow
we ended
everything's
up
worked out.
not only picking the people who I think
Media's
probably
later than I
best
thought,
comms,
and I got hit earlier
for
than I
their
thought.
respective spots.
Yeah.
The 5 highest potential mechanically on the eye test, and then also they just were the
It's
statistically
Rare
the best
Atom,
player in each
OG,
role, honestly.
Boom,
So
Riddle,
everything just
announced.
kind of lined
Oh,
up,
Rare
and that's
Atoms
who we
tomorrow.
got.
That would be a banger. I missed
So
that
yeah,
one
I'm
for
really
sure.
excited for this roster for
Boom
that
would be good
reason,
as well.
because I feel like
Yeah.
we really kind of like we
Am I
threw a very
uploading
wide
the
net, and
VOD?
we ended up with 5
Yeah, if the
players who
recording
kind of, like,
works.
met all of the criteria to be
Again,
insane.
I'm on a
Yeah, I feel like
I'm on a
we've got
setup in the
really,
Liquid facility, so
solid,
hopefully it's all
clutch potential kind of roster.
hopefully it's all working.
And I really love every single player that we selected, especially given the fact that we've seen these players.
Will I be
perform
at home
in
ground?
Tier 2
No,
constantly
but
at
I'll
the
be
highest
streaming
level,
it.
every single one of them. And speaking about every single one of them, I want you to give me a little bit of your opinion, right?
Yeah, I
What
boosted the mic
each
a little
player
bit more,
brings
so
to the
hopefully it's a bit
table.
better. I
Let's
can speak
start
up also.
with Crystal. He won, of course, the Chinese Ascension, and he's now here in Global Esports. What are your thoughts about him? Give me a little bit of an insight as to what kind of a player Crystal is.
Yeah, so Crystal first came on my radar actually back when he was playing in Tier 2 Japan on Scars. I think that was like maybe the first time I watched him play. And it was him and something that were tearing it up. It was like every single like Japanese split that was like Crystal and something were like the top 2 players there. So I've kind of known about him for a little bit.
And Jemkin, right?
When I saw him
determined
play
Jemkin also
on the Chinese teams, I mean, it's just crazy. Like he deserves to be in VCT.
Matthias, goated.
So
Thank
if
you
he
so much,
wasn't
bro.
in
Thank you,
VCT,
thank
it would be
you.
a tragedy. And
Hold up,
honestly,
YouTube
just
chat.
day
Maybe
to
I
day
can
out
see
there
you guys in a
practicing
sec
proves
as well.
that, just with the level of impact that he has. So I'm very excited to see him, get his birthright.
If I can get
he
YouTube chat up
deserves
as
to
well.
be here, so I'm glad that we get to give him the stage.
Absolutely. I mean, even I remember watching, Crystal back in Scars, in the last Ascension. Of course, they
Okay,
made
yeah,
it
let me
that
switch the VOD down. I
far
might be able
as
to get
much
the
as
VOD
they
up for
did.
this.
Unfortunately, just couldn't get over that last step. And this time, at least, he made it. And now he's here. Speaking of another person
Mini
who
as well.
came
Mini
from the
KR,
same
thank you so
region,
much for the
it's
30
Team
months. Thank you for doing that.
Orangutan, who, of course, did not win the Ascension, but is still here as a player who proved his right. Tell me a little bit about this soft
And again,
man from
Matthias
Korea.
Goated, thank you so much for using your Prime on me. I appreciate you doing
Yeah,
that.
so Yudo is not really on my radar too much before last year. Obviously, we got to see a bit of what he can do at the
When does
Ascension
home ground start?
tournament,
21st.
he's kind of been like, for me, he's kind of been the standout surprise of the roster so far, just because he made it undeniable that we had to sign him during trials.
I remember Udatan, yeah.
The team, I was not totally sure.
I remember
how he
watching
fit
it.
in,
Dude, he
just,
followed
like,
me straight on Twitter
didn't get to
after.
hear too much
I
of
think he
him
VOD
during the
reviewed what I was
trials. Like, his
watching.
comms were kind of low. I think it was,
Followed
like,
me on
literally
Twitter.
his
I
mic
like
was
him,
too
dude.
quiet
He's
because
he's
his
an awesome
comms were
player.
good, but like I couldn't hear him.
I think
you know?
GE did great.
But yeah, he's been insane for the team.
Like
his
stat
switch
wise, if you just
roles,
look at everyone they
his,
picked up
his
stat wise, they
communication's
did great.
really good. And it's obviously nice to have the.
Am I still
the
in
hometown
Berlin?
buff,
No, I'm
right?
in
We
Netherlands
love
at the moment.
the Korean magic on our team,
Yeah,
so let's go.
All right. I mean, last year has been the Korean year, right? Of course, due to Genji. Maybe a little bit of that, region magic does come into our plate.
Is
Speaking
GE
of
fighting?
magic,
Probably the
we
most
got
fighting
a
they've
really
ever been,
solid
I would say.
core of 3 Filipinos coming into the team.
Let's not get
First of all,
too
one of them
excited
being
yet.
an
Let's wait for
absolute veteran,
how they
an
look. But
experienced guy who's probably been the top rated in almost every tournament he plays.
Crystal is a W
Poppy,
pickup. I think honestly
who
all their pickups might be
deservedly should have
W.
been in VCT,
They
I
might have
think,
done
a
alright.
while ago, but now he's finally here with GE.
Match
Thoughts
starts in
on
an
Poppy?
hour, not now.
Wait.
Don't say that.
Yeah, I mean, Poppy's great. He's really just he's like the safe pair of hands for the team, right? So it's like we've got some inexperienced players. There's no disguising that, and some of the time they're gonna do inexperienced things, and luckily we have Poppy Chulo, kind of like he's like the goalie, right? He's like the back line to make sure.
Coach said they got destroyed by SPG and scrims. I think that's just everyone at the moment.
Yeah, he has that.
Same
We've
catch.
seen
Thank
him
you so
pull
much for
out
the
1
6
v 2s,
months,
1 v
dude. Thank you,
3s,
thank you.
in most scenarios. In his
Sorry,
previous
9
teams.
months even.
But
Good morning
he's
as well,
got
bro. Good morning.
So much going for him. Of course, on the same side of the coin, we also got Kelly S, who now is going to be leading.
Not an
this
hour,
team.
more like 15 to
What
10
was the
minutes. I mean,
decision
that's
behind
fine.
it?
You
How
can
did
work with
Kelly
that.
S end up in that role? Considering all things that you had on your plate.
Yeah, I mean, just day in, day out during the trials, I thought he was doing a very good job leading the team.
Calvin T, thank you for the Prime as well. Thank you. Is this a show match? Yeah, pretty much. It's like 6 separate show matches. That's the series.
It's just like the whole package is exactly what you want as like a core.
Lexi, hello. Sorry for the
It's
surprise
great
stream,
to
by the
feel
way.
confident about Kelly as taking up that leading position.
I can
And of
just
course,
mod it
last
if
but not
you've got things
least,
to do.
The youngest, but also
It's
probably
Neville
the most
with the tier 1 as
powerful
well.
in
Thank
terms
you,
of
thank you.
raw
Appreciate
aim.
that.
Patrick Y, a lot of
Think about the
personalities
Potter
there.
floor bait.
But tell me a little bit about this kid, because
Yeah,
his
I mean,
Neon Jet,
Potter
in
was definitely
those,
playing in
highlight
stuff
reels
even with the
we've seen
mini
so far has been
post.
amazing.
But definitely from like even the
yeah, so,
interview
I mean,
of Effie's, it seems
I should
like
just answer this as like Patrick.
there's at
We'll
least
see, and
some legs of
he's-
floor playing in
he's,
tier 1.
No, he's great. He's just like
Like the interview of
every
Effie's,
other
Effie was like
insane
kind of
18-year-old
accepting that Floor wouldn't be
crazy
in
gamer that you
their team next
have
year.
ever played and ranked. He's styling on you. He enjoys being better than people, and he plays with a lot of flair, which is kind of what you want in the duelist role. It's like you want somebody who is
Floor at least deserves a
unafraid
chance.
to face
Yeah, you
down
got to find the right
boss
team
and
though,
texture
because it's
the
like
server, and Patrick is that guy. He like doesn't care.
I don't know
who
what the
he's
expectations
just
should be.
swinging. You better be ready, basically.
I had a word with Juvenile, and he said Patrick is in a state where he actually doesn't know what pressure really is.
Good morning,
in a sense.
Lexi.
Is that kind of what
Again,
he
it's
plays,
Neville.
so
Thank
that's
you for
why
the
he's
tier
not
1.
afraid
Thank you
of
for
what
that.
comes in front of him?
I don't know. Honestly, he's like surprisingly mature in certain ways. He's obviously still a kid, but
Yeah, I mean the
he's,
most
like,
obvious
said
move
certain
would
things
be
and, like had little moments where I'm
whose rosters do we not
he
know
understands,
about?
like what's going on. It's not just like completely just double
Rumors of
head empty, no thoughts.
EG
right?
looking for
there's
duelist.
stuff going on in
That's
there.
about it in Americas, right?
I'm hoping that he can handle the pressure. I think he will. He's going to be. He's got a lot of stuff to live up to. Juby's not afraid to put the pressure on him, and neither am I. And so it's gonna be one of those like trial by fire things. But he's a good.
Wait,
kid.
Sankey, what the hell? Is that true?
We're hoping so. He's been amazing in these highlight reels. Every single ranked gameplay stream or video that we've seen, I've seen
Will
of
I be
his,
covering Asia
especially that Neon, he
Invitationals?
just
I
slides
asked
around
for the
killing
streaming
people like it's
rights,
nothing.
so
It will be really fun to see
pretty
him do
sure.
that on tier 1 as well. But speaking of the team as a whole, Elevated, what makes you feel like this team, is going to do well this year? What have you seen in the last 3 weeks of practice that you think has, shown this team
There were some
to be
rumors about Floor
a
going
team
to
that can actually compete
Apex.
at the highest level?
Yeah, I don't know what the Apex roster was.
Well,
Who is rumored
so
duelist
I think the
wise?
first part is
CNET?
that I
Who's
think
the
that
other
way we
duelist?
put the team together was intelligent, and it's not just being like, yeah, we're smart as coaches.
I can't remember who
we
the rumors were
legitimately,
for them
like,
trying.
like I said, we had this big tryout process. We kind of like
Lime.
allowed the skill to rise to the top, and then both Juvenile and I had some very long.
Do I still have a
conversations about
delay
just
on?
kind of, like,
No, I think I'm
what
just
we're
slow at
looking
reading.
for
I
in
think I'm
players,
just tired,
how we like to
Lexi.
think
Maybe
about
like
the
brain
game,
delay.
what sort of approach we have to the game, and so we got on the same page about a lot of things very early on, and I think that's super
When do I
important.
sleep?
Coaching
I
staff
did
like,
I didn't
understand
get
each
I didn't
other
get much
and
sleep. Not gonna lie.
communicate, like, effectively.
I got 3
the
hours, dude.
ideas
My
that
flight
we
was
have
so
to
early.
each other, so we can then get on the same page to communicate them to the team, right? You have to.
What are my
like,
thoughts on
all
the
be on the
GE
same
roster?
page.
The problem with the
Valorant
not
is
the
a
problem with the
game
GE roster. The problem with
that, in
asking
my
me that question
opinion,
about the
is
GE roster
very,
is
very,
I just
fluid.
only really
Because,
I've only
there's
really
new
watched 2 of
patches,
their
there's new
players.
agents, there's new maps.
There's like
right?
3
It's
unknowns
just
for
like,
me.
take a map out of
But
the
stat
pool, like,
wise,
the
they've
day
done
before
great.
the event. You have to be ready to adapt on the fly. And so it's really important that everybody has like good communication and the ability to like bring their own
What's
stuff
the time?
to
The
the
time
team,
here
because
is
otherwise the workload is too
9:42.
much. You can't just have like one coach do everything. It's not possible because there's too much going on in the game.
Let's
So
park the
everybody
question
has
to the
be
end of the
able
match.
like,
Yeah.
bring their own ideas to the
You kind of
table
want
with
to
confidence and be able to communicate them
do it after
effectively.
a
And so I
couple of
think we
best
did a
of
really good
threes.
job building a team that can do that.
The 2 being Udatan and Crystal. Yeah, I
At
haven't
the end of the day, it's kind of up to us to
I haven't
realize the
watched.
potential that I think we have. But
Yeah.
I'm
haven't
gonna be
watched
honest.
others.
I've probably watched more.
Had breakfast?
I'll say this
Nah,
not as a
but I'll be
flex,
fine.
I've probably watched
I'll
more
just see
Valorant
after
than
the
anybody
stream.
alive
Again, I
other
might
than
have to end the
Ace
stream
and
early
Ace
because I've got
and
content in
'cause I've watched every official game by
2.5
every team in
hours.
every region since first.
Have I watched Arcane? No, I haven't had a chance yet either.
So my brain only replays Valorant. Like I'm just
Back
sort
home,
of computize
Netherlands.
through brute force what a good Valorant play is, and I feel like
Excited for the
making a lot
TMV
of
breakdown
great
today.
plays. We do
His
silly stuff
friends on the team.
sometimes.
He's gonna go. He's gonna go nice.
From what I've seen, and if I can trust my own eyes, I think that we're pretty good.
Well, I mean, it does sound like a crazy flex to say that you watched every single game of every region since First Strike. Hopefully, that's been helping you out as well. But there
Every
is
single
a bunch
game
of
of
things that
every
I did
region?
want to ask you
Surely
apart
not.
from
No one would
the,
watch the bottom teams of
GE side
China,
things.
right?
You know that of
They
course
catch
Global
up?
Esports has originated from India, and you've seen
I
a
mean,
bunch
maybe.
of players from here as well. I'm pretty sure in those tries. You would have had a look at them, if not even the close trials. But tell me a little bit about what you know about these Indian players. What have you thought about South Asia as a region?
There's too many games on, Chad. I don't think it's possible.
I'm going to be perfectly honest. I'm going to have to lean on you a little bit to tell me some of the stories, just because there's too much Valorant to watch straight up. The last
that's what I was saying.
tournament that I watched was probably Convergence, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And every now and then I'll just kind of like pick a region, like Vietnam or India or the Scandinavian
Grind doesn't
regions,
stop.
just to
Yeah,
watch
pretty
a
much.
couple of games throughout the
Then
season,
the
but
next
my
couple of
main
weeks are
focus was
busy.
in VCT.
But it's okay. The
There's
off
just not
season's
enough time to
been
watch all the games.
kind of
So,
chill.
from what I remember, Indian players are kind of in that spot where they have pretty good aim, pretty good mechanics.
Still signed with
Structure
Liquid.
most of
Yes,
the
I
times is
am.
not very good.
My
And
contract
so,
ends in like
there's
2 months.
ideas, but a lot of it is like kind of copy paste what we see better
we'll
teams
see.
doing without full understanding
We'll see what
of
happens.
why these teams are doing those things. So the strategic depth hasn't been there, in my opinion, to like enable the mechanics to actually shine. And so that sort of like disconnect keeps them from kind of like taking that next level. But yeah, I mean, maybe you've seen more. You've obviously been a little bit more involved than
Resign?
I have.
I love Liquid as an org.
What have you seen?
So
Maybe you can.
I would at
mean,
least heavily
Convergence
consider
was
it.
actually one of
But I haven't
the
even had
points as
talks
well,
if
right?
like they're
Global
in
Esports
for
was
it.
playing
So
back there with the previous iteration.
depends what they want.
But we had a lot of stuff go around. But hey, ladies and gentlemen, we can talk about all of this a little later because we've right now got our coach waiting for us to interview him. He's going to talk about the team and a lot more. Please welcome GE Juvenile.
What's up, guys? What's up, guys?
Hello,
How you guys doing?
Coach. How doing
Oh,
good?
hey.
How are you?
Not too bad, man. Not too bad. We're having a party in here, as you guys can see.
Yeah, I was gonna
Nice,
say,
all
dude,
right.
the,
It seems like
the
a
can't
lights,
believe
good,
they gave you a jersey
lights are
already.
wild. Yeah.
You have some in the apartment. They're waiting for you, bro. Hurry up.
All right.
Yeah, all right. Coach, I need a little bit of insight here, right? You've been with the team, of course, for the last 3 weeks. They just landed in, of course, the boot camp as well. But you've been practicing for close to a month right now.
How many
How's
hours
the
will this stream
progression
last?
been for the team?
At least 2
Good.
hours.
I mean, we started out
Unless I
really
get kicked
good.
out.
Like the
I
talent
don't know
was
if
obvious
I
pretty
stole
much
one of the
day
booths,
one.
and I don't know if it's booked.
But we've cleaned up a lot of mistakes. We've gotten more cleaner, more consistent. We're playing quote unquote, the right way to play and stuff like that. And so that's definitely the main progress. so
Police
far. And
raid, yeah,
I
they're
feel
getting
like,
raided, are they?
it's been noticeable progress, honestly.
All right. There is, of course, a bunch of good things that we've seen recently in terms of highlight clips. You know, Patrick, who's
Why don't I
been
ask Twitch
on
for
a
the
bit of
name
a roll,
Sliggy?
he's playing really well with
Yeah,
the
I mean,
at least in the highlights and stuff.
Lexi
I
got
wanna
in
hear
touch
from
with
you. What's
the guy
good
that has the
stuff
title.
that
He's
you've
actually a
seen from the
nice
team
dude.
so far that
I'll
they've
talk to him at one
really,
point. I just haven't
they've
reached out to
shown
him.
that, okay, they've got, the medal for this. What have you seen that's the good stuff for the team so far?
I mean, everything, bro. Like, I mean, the only thing bad right now is we suck at anti-ecos.
My
Tried your
strats
best.
are
You
good.
got the ball rolling, Lexi. You planted
His
the seeds
strats
for
are the
sure.
best, the best comps in the whole world. We're gonna have the best everything. No, no, it's just seriously been really good. Obviously we're not perfect
Did I
by
sign
any
up for the
means.
stream?
No team in the
Yeah,
world is
I
perfect.
wrote the
But I
form.
feel like we're doing really, really good. And our strengths is definitely our just overall talent. The talent on this team I think is extremely high, and I think you guys will see that today, and hopefully you guys will be excited for the season.
All right. A question to both of you, actually, this one.
That'd be cool.
What made you gravitate towards GE? What made
Get
you
some
join
GE wins.
GE in the first place?
Go ahead, Elevator. I'll answer a sec.
Well, I wanted a shot in tier 1, and they gave me a shot in tier 1. But honestly, after talking with the thing is,
Oh,
like,
chat, we don't
knowing
have
that I was
Epic
gonna
Pen.
probably
Should
come
I
in as an
download Epic
assistant
Pen?
coach, I have to vibe with the head coach. And after talking with Juvie about the game, I thought it was going to be a fun project where like we could bring different things to the table in different ways, and complementary skills might make us sort of like level up. So yeah.
Yeah, and then for me with GE, I mean it's a little similar. Which like the offer was there, but also like I really thought that I could win an APAC. APAC last season, outside of maybe the top 5 or 6 teams, right? So 6 was secret, right? So outside
Yeah.
of that, pretty much, I think there was a considerable fall off in the teams at that range, and then even
Yeah,
making champs, I feel
download
like is a
them.
reasonable expectation. As
Is
long
it
as you build a
free?
good
Yeah, it is
roster,
free.
coach correctly,
So
and you
that
have,
was my
everything down.
PC
So that's one
chat.
of the
In
big
case you
reasons.
thought
And
it
then
was
GE
yours.
in themselves, the talk I had, I actually had an in-person talk
Yeah,
with
see,
the champs.
Elevate, it's the
And
same
after
comp.
having the talk
I hope
with
they
actually
don't actually
Bob
run that because
and,
he just gets wrecked by a
Hellraiser,
KO
whatever he
knife.
is,
But
after having that talk, I just sort of like, I like their thought process, I like their ideas, and I really like that it was a bunch of ex-players. The org is filled with like gamers. Like everyone here is
Yeah.
gamers. They're not.
I told
They
Nats
didn't
that I
come in
stole
this to make
his
money. They didn't
headset.
come in this to do this.
Hopefully he's
It
alright.
was
He's just
purely
answered
just
now.
to do something great for the Indian community as a whole, and then just their own passion, which
Poor
I
dude,
really
man.
love.
Yeah, I mean, it has been really great to have you both here, especially with the fact that you, have been connected with
When does
the
it start?
audience
I'm
really well,
guessing in the
right?
hour. I'm
The
guessing in 12
recent
minutes.
streams and stuff. Speaking of the audience, they've been waiting to see what exactly is going to be the schedule looking like. So today we're going to be looking at which team is going to be facing off. We've got a great game today. We're facing off against, of course, Orangutan. Let's have a look at them as well. Juvie, I want you to give me a little bit of your, expectation. What exactly are you looking at from this Indian roster of 5 men?
Yeah, I mean, we trialed definitely some of these. Techno and Vinka both were trialing. They were really good players. I generally thought they were good.
I wonder, they
just
did
need
like
a little bit
open
more
trials,
polish.
right?
But the roster as a whole, I actually watched their last season when they ended up playing in the grand finals. And they looked good, man. They looked really good. Like they're really talented. Vinka was doing like he had like an ace on Icebox, and like there's just a lot of good stuff.
Wait,
And
I
the
thought
way
I
they were
downloaded
playing
it.
was like I felt like the correct way
What
to
done
play.
wrong here?
They were using util correctly, clearing angles correctly, working together correctly. And so
Yeah.
I thought it was way higher. A way higher play than I originally had imagined. So yeah, definitely excited. I think these guys are going to be good.
Well,
Okay, here we go.
Elevate, I did want to ask you. We just spoke about the Indian player conversation just right now, but this is a squad that
Cool.
2 of which players I believe you've seen, like Juvie just mentioned, Techno and Venka. You did see them in those tryouts, and of course they were
Download a
doing
virus, the
stuff they
stream's
could not,
lagging.
of course, make it through.
Fine, come on.
But I want you to tell me what your
We did
opinion
great.
is on the fact that this team is probably just almost as old as our roster as well, G's roster.
There were
They've just been
GE
formed,
rumors of me at the
probably a few
beginning of
months
the
prior to when
Rostermania.
GE was formed.
I didn't see them.
Do you think that that newness of GE might come into play here, or will they be pretty much sorted no matter what happens?
Well, I mean, I like that because then that gets to sort of that's on me and Juvenile. It's like how well did we, you know, mold the team over the last month and a half, and that's what you guys will get to see. Hopefully, is like, most of the time in the server, it's going to be Patrick who. It's going to be.
Dude, is it actually just flashing those lights there the whole time? That's incredible. That's
maybe
that's
Juvenile
incredible,
and I
man.
can show a little bit like, hey, we know what we're doing because we've had very little time and our results are pretty good as a result.
Yeah. Do you think that of course the element of surprise that you might bring to the table is something that OG might not be prepared for, or do you think you might not be ready for what they've got?
You want to
Maybe they could
simulate
come
the
up with something
stage?
different, because last
Maybe.
year
Don't think it's
we
this
saw
bad.
in Convergence, True Rippers
The lights are
almost
bad, but not
beat
this bad.
that Gen G team, right? So you guys feel like there's something similar, or is G in the clear here?
Yeah, I mean the big thing is like, I mean, the tier 2 teams. I said this. Our entire team is made up of tier 2 players, guys. You know what I mean? We have
Yeah, that's
five
what.
tier
That's
2
why.
players.
That's why I don't
And so
know
it's not like these guys
much
are
about
just
the players.
magically going to be 1,000 times worse than what we are, etc. The top tier 2 players, I feel like, are just as good as tier 1 players in this game. It's just there's other
Fair.
things that go into it, right? Coaching staff, strats, experience, all these other things. So I definitely think that there should not be a huge talent difference here, and I think this is going to be a good match overall. But the reality is, like, we need to win. That's the reality. The expectation is we're going to win. At least 5-6 out of these matches, and so that's the plan.
Yeah, well, to be fair, OG, this squad is actually really, really, interesting squad as well. It's really loved by the people of our country right now because it's a bunch of youngsters who've shown potential, have done really well
Yeah,
in the
we
past,
need to,
and
should
I
have done a
myself
warning. You're
have
right,
seen
Lexi.
them grow for the last 2 years. So I'm actually kind of, really hopeful that this is going to be a close matchup because most of them there are friends of mine, and I would really love to see them, do well.
Yeah, they
against the
were
tier 1
rumored
team.
to be
But
trialing Sai,
speaking
right?
of a little bit of a different side, Juvi, you've
Aces,
been
thank you so
connecting
much for
with
the 13
audience, right,
months.
for the
Thank you
last
for
couple
doing
of
that.
days. How's the interaction been with the Indian fans for you? I see that you're getting a lot of love from them.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I'm getting so much love from them, but I also love them, man. Everyone's great. Like, even just like yesterday, like I sort of told them this, like yesterday wasn't such a great day for me, like mentally, but like when I hopped on stream, bro, like I was happy. Instantly, my mood changed. I was chill, like I was having fun, and so like yeah, I really enjoy hanging out with them, man. It's just like hanging out with the boys. Everyone's been amazing. There's not been a single negative comment, and I expect that to continue throughout the season.
Yeah, Elevator, I think it's time for you to start streaming as well. Get you a little bit of that Indian love.
Bro,
He's shy. He's
when
shy.
I have a little bit more time, but yeah, I'm not a people person, honestly. I like to yap, but I'm not a people person. But I'll stream every now and then. I don't know.
I'll make him get on my stream. Don't
It's
worry.
all right. He'll get there. He'll get there. He'll get there. It's slow and steady. No problem. Juby, one more thing
Not
I
a
did want to
people
ask you. Right?
person.
You are
Honestly, I
a
can relate.
coach who's been to champions.
I like that at
experience
home.
of the absolute highest order. What was it like being in Champions, and how is it different from what we see on our screens? Tell me a little bit about that experience.
Am I on this week of
Champions
Plat
was the
Chat?
sickest thing I've ever been a part of. In
Great
like the
question,
20 plus
actually.
years I've been a part of esports.
I'm sure.
It was so amazing. It's a 30,000 people in the stadium, or 28, whatever the number was. 9 million people watching from home. Like, it was a sick experience, super cool. And yeah, I want to experience that again this year. Like, that's one of my main motivations this entire season, is to make champs, because it is one of the coolest events in the world for sure. And yeah, I want GE to be a part of that. I want the Indian fans to be a part of that. I want you guys to have someone to root for at this event.
Yeah, absolutely. We've been looking forward to it. Yes, Elevated.
I just wanted you to maybe explain what's going on.
It's gonna be bad if they lose this.
Why are you
It's
raving
not too
in the
bad.
office when we're supposed to be playing a game?
Yeah. So first off, we just
people-
decided no playing matches, we're gonna party. No, really. So the thing is it's just like champs, just like events on these stages. Like, there's lights flashing, there's fans screaming, there's noise being made. So we don't need to play in a silent environment. My entire reason for this entire show match.
Oh,
is
okay,
for
they
me
are
is to
actually
get
trying
as
to
much
mimic.
experience as we can and replicate on stage. We weren't able to have a LAN event this year, this off season. So for me, this is
They're
the
making
closest
their
we're gonna
own-
get, and this is how I'm gonna get the
I
players
respect
ready.
this.
So these lights are pretty much just to annoy the players. That's the only reason.
Wait, that's pretty cool,
how
though.
Can I annoy them as much as possible? And
Wait,
replicate
he
match day
actually
as much
got
as
the
possible.
lights
That's why we're doing
in
all
to
the
this.
interviews, all the different
That's
stuff.
incredible.
What this is gonna look like on match day, and we're doing what we can right now.
What?
Thank you, Costos. I have with me the coach of Global Esports, Juvenile. Also, I have with me my first copy, the coach of Orangutan, Hacker. How are you guys?
Good, man. Good.
Hello.
Nice to meet you,
Hello,
Hacker.
Hacker.
Wait, that was
Nice
incredible.
to meet you, जुवेनाइल. हेलो जेडी भाई, आपका छोटा भाई आ चुका है.
Both of you. This is the most important part of today's game. This
Is it
is the
meant to
map
be
veto
green in
thing.
the background?
According to me, this decides how the match is going to go ahead. Are you guys ready for the veto?
Yeah.
Yes. Let's
Then
go.
we get a
Perfect.
live veto.
So it's going to be a coin toss. This is going to be tails. This is going to be heads. Who would like to call?
Juvenile, you can call.
Tails never
Okay,
fails.
Juvenile. Okay, tails never fails. Let me. It is tails. Juvenile.
Okay.
Would you like to ban first or would you like to pick first?
Team B.
Okay,
Ban first or pick first? What?
give me your ban.
So I have to ban first, correct?
Yeah, you
We
ban
Yes,
ban
first.
Hacker.
Yes,
Abyss.
sir.
They're the same. They're the
Yeah,
same one.
we ban Abyss.
Okay, Orangutan bans Abyss. Hacker, before I go ahead, any particular reason why you're banning Abyss?
Oh,
I
get in
think we are not that prepared on that map, to be honest. We have been experimenting a
insight.
lot, and I feel that we still are not quite there yet in terms of the composition that we would love to play on that map. So we're still in the experimental phase. But for the rest 6 maps, I think we are pretty prepared. So let's go with our strengths, right?
Cool. Abyss is banned by Orangutan. Juvenile, you're banned.
Let's go ahead and ban Bind.
Bind ban, okay.
Okay. Global Esports bans Bind.
You gonna ask why?
Any particular reason, Juvi?
Dumb.
Um,
That's our
yeah,
perma
man.
ban.
We
We suck
just
at this map.
you know, limited amount of time. We can't show everything. Nah, we have some cool stuff that we want to cook up on all the different maps. So we'll see. We'll see.
Okay.
Okay. Orangutan,
Okay.
you pick.
We have to pick first. 1 second. Let me discuss.
It's getting exciting, guys.
We pick Haven.
That's awesome.
Okay. OG's first pick, Haven. G, your pick.
We'll pick Sunset.
Haven,
Sunset.
sunset,
One of my
nice.
favorite maps, Sunset, coming in by Global Esports. Again, Hacker, on to you.
I like this guy.
Expand.
I like the game
Yes,
master.
let me discuss. Wait.
Yeah, he said he liked sunset, but he didn't say that about Haven. So he didn't like Haven.
Tick, tick, tock,
Yeah, can we get a little
tick,
time on this?
tick, tock.
We ban Ascent.
Okay, Ascend's will ban. G, your last ban.
Let's go ahead and ban Split Play Pearl.
Okay.
Okay, so the third and deciding match will be for
Yeah.
guys. That was the map veto. Casters, take it away.
Dude, I love this guy. Game Master JD is awesome.
Well, that was quite an
Okay.
experience. I don't think we were ready for that, Jimmy. You got a little startled there in the beginning. But thank you, JD, so much for
Yeah, they
the
just
unique
threw him in.
experience. And be
It's
sure,
like, here you go.
guys, you've never seen anything like this, only on the Global Esports channel. So if you haven't already, subscribe, turn on the notification bell, subscribe to Juvie, Elevated as well. He's got everything, it only happens here, guys. All right, so we've got a decent set of maps here. We've got Haven, we've got Sunset. Juvie, how are we feeling about Haven? What are you expecting from Haven? What are we looking at?
Yeah, I mean, Haven's a pretty set meta. I don't think there's gonna be anything crazy. Every team runs pretty much the same comp with maybe a different duelist, but for the most part, it's pretty set in stone at this point. So
But
I
we're
expect
playing
the
Yoru
same.
Isu.
It comes down to a lot
Surely.
of mid rounding, us making
Yep.
the right adjustments, and
How am
us
I doing this
having,
morning? Doing great, dude. How you doing?
honestly, more than anything, having your retakes down. And
It
so
was
we'll
quite the
see.
experience. I was enjoying
Yeah,
it.
we'll see. We'll see. I'm feeling
All right.
confident. Of our map pools, I think right now our map pool in general is really good, and so really any maps we played, I think we'd feel good on. But I think this is the three that yeah, we're definitely confident in.
Okay, here we have a little bit of a look at the players' little setup. We've got a bunch of lights here. And
Liquid Boot Camp?
hopefully
Yeah, I'm at the
sound,
facility
which
at the
we can't
moment.
hear right now, but they will be simulated for them. But Elevated, tell me a little bit about Sunset. Why is that pick coming? Is there something like particular about it? Because
TikTok.
just a little bit of comparison. Last
The
season,
Game
Sunset,
Master
although we
JD.
picked it ourselves, wasn't that great of a map. What
Let me
changes
double
can
check
we
when
see this time on Sunset?
when I have me.
Well, I mean, Juvie's the
I think I
goat.
can't
He
do the
did
third
perfect
map if we get to a
veto,
third
as
map.
always. And
Amped, yeah, I am.
think Sunset's
I
just
am.
one of those maps that's gonna let us show exactly who we are. as
Just
a
got
team.
it
How's that
today.
for a PR answer?
Fair enough,
12:20.
I mean,
I
of
can't
course,
give you.
don't
I can't
really-
give you too much. You know.
2 hours
I'm trying to-
20.
trying to
Okay.
toe the line here, Casper,
Doable.
coach. You know.
2-0's doable.
Yep, fair enough, fair enough.
Did even best of 3? Yeah, it is a
Let's
best of 3.
talk about a little bit about what do you expect from Orangutan?
I was going to try Stroop Waffle. Oh yeah, I did say that.
Played Haven just
Maybe I'll try it
pretty
today.
recently,
Amped.
In the last.
How
tournament
easy
they
is
did
it?
in
It
the
must be
Pro
easy to find
Pro
it, right?
Series, and they did bring in the Yoru ISO comp along with an Omen, Sova, and Cypher. What do you think about that comp? Playing on Haven, it wasn't the best of maps that ended off for them, but what do you guys think about the ISO Yoru comp?
It's obviously a very good comp, right? It's the one that Fnatic ended up making correct. And so
Yeah.
for that, honestly, a lot of the stuff we did on Haven is going to be a little bit similar to Lev. And when I made some of the stuff, or we had ideas for some of this stuff, it was within mind of countering Fnatic comp. And so really, I think we have a good chance of playing
Is
against
there?
this comp.
No-
I think,
no one- no one's
we
counted
understand
it.
how to play against it.
Really?
I've done anti-prep before against Fnatic at champs, and so I think, we have a chance, to sort of show that the comp is not unbeatable, goated comp. It definitely is. It has its own weaknesses, and so I feel like, we'll do good.
Yeah, I'm really excited to see what you guys are going to be coming up with. Are we going to have Neon on Patrick Koo, or are we going to see a Jet, maybe some other comp?
Surely a
We've seen
Neon.
lot
Use
of
it
that
before it gets
stuff,
snapped.
go through. But right now, I think we've got the players just ready loading into.
I think it's too transparent.
The lobby.
Nah, it's fine. Everything's
We're going to
fine.
be heading into the game.
I'm
pretty
excited to
soon.
see.
But the
who
coaches don't
ISO
have to give
duels
insight if they don't
first.
want to give
That's
it.
my favorite part about this map. Who's gonna get the first ISO duel?
I'm not sure if OG are gonna stick to this comp, just to maybe throw you guys a curveball. Maybe you never know. But if at all, I'm pretty sure it's gonna be Techno. He is the one who played the ISO a couple of times around. Tell me, have you guys had a chance to look at his? Have you guys had a chance to look at the games with this comp? Have you seen OG play with this?
No, I haven't seen OG play with this, to be honest with you. But like I said, I assume usually when you're tier 2 or even the tier 1 teams, you steal from the best team, and the best team is Fnatic at this map. So I assume a lot of what we're gonna see is similar to Fnatic.
All right. Well, we'll find out if it's anything.
Yeah,
Fnatic
you would
esque
imagine
at
so.
all. Sunset's coming up next. But Juvenile, thank you so much for joining us. We will see you after the game.
Thank you guys. See you guys after.
Good luck, coach.
Bye-bye. Thank you, bro.
All right. Well, Elevated, it's just you and me now, and we're gonna be heading into the game. Just only Valorant action coming in.
They pick sides.
GE fans who've been waiting for a good amount
Whoever
of time
picks
now
the
to,
map,
finally
it's the
witness
opposite
him play.
person.
They're gonna get to see it against multiple
The
different
GE get to pick
teams. And
sides.
I'm really excited. Haven's gonna be coming up. You've cooked up something special. Any last thoughts?
Or
before
straight
we
up
head
sit
into the
still.
game?
I mean, everyone does still strats.
Yeah,
Raise
I'm
stream
just
volume
really
slightly,
excited
sure.
to see how our team does. I hope the flashing lights do annoy them. I hope that Orangutan pushes us. I hope that the game is a close one, and I think map 1 for us has always been one.
Yeah,
where
I
it's
like that they're trying to
it kinda
replicate
sets
it
the
as
tone
close
for
to
our
like
day
a
in
LAN environment
scrims,
as they
our
possibly
first scrim
can.
day, and so I
Yeah.
think that'll be probably similar here.
All right.
It's so funny
okay.
that that's just
I
brought the
did wanna
flashing
ask
lights
you,
in there.
You're the man who loves, crunching the
They got the
numbers, who wants to
assistant
see
coach
the win rate
casting.
percentages, who wants to
Yeah, but
make
it
sure
also
that the
like
maximum and the
also
best
kind of fun.
outcome possible, the
See
win
how
percentage is in your hands. Do you see Haven
how
as being one of those maps
many-
where you feel like, you are going to be a lot more
See how
confident?
much
Is it
insight
a
he
better
gives.
map for you?
Yeah, it's been pretty good for us in scrims, but most of the maps have been pretty good for us in scrims. So I think Haven is just a solid map. Like it's pretty straightforward. I think we understand it well, and yeah, it'll let us play our game.
How many of these
the
shots
way
I
that
have?
we
Only
play
one,
Valorant,
but I
I
left
think.
Yep.
Dude, I like
I'm
rotate
excited
between
as well. We'll find
like what
out.
10 liquid t-shirts.
Juby did
It's
mention
purely because
one particular
I didn't bring
thing
all
that
of them to
the
Iceland.
team has
So I need to
in one of
bring
the
some more with me
previous
next time I'm in
editions, in
England.
one of the videos that he had spoken about, that there is a talent, but the structure right now in the Indian region is yet to be established. And you mentioned it as well. We need to be able to come up with our own stuff at times, and
When
do
the match starts,
something
I mean,
different from what we
soonish, you would
usually see.
imagine.
Copy
Not the
paste
people are
is not
sitting at their
something that's always
desk.
going to
But...
work. Even the last time when we saw
Okay,
Revenant
I definitely needed
Esports
two
in
now.
Ascension,
That's for sure, timers.
of course, they did decently well. They went ahead by 2 rounds. Unfortunately, got out in the lower bracket. But what do you expect from Indian players now that they're going in to a matchup with a proper tier 1 team? Can you see them actually
Am I doing
not
something
just
after?
global
Yeah, I
esports, but
got
do you think
media
these teams
content for Liquid.
are going to be able to compete with other teams from tier 1?
I mean, I guess that remains to be seen, but I expect these guys to be hungry. Like we're the Indian team, right? And it's no secret that we have no Indian
Okay,
players
one team
on
has
our
flashing
roster, but it's not
PC
because we haven't
lights.
given them chances.
The other
right?
team has actual just
They
flashing
just
lights.
didn't make it through the trials, and so I think a lot of them are going to be looking at us as like a way to prove something, and so I expect them to come out swinging at us, and we have to be ready for that. Like
The wall mounts of
legitimately.
PCs. Honestly, yeah, as long as that's
that
sturdy
extra
and I'm not scared they're gonna fall down, then space-wise,
even
it's
if we're
pretty good.
technically like the favorite in this, like we have to be ready for them to be trying to prove a point.
Yeah. Well, here we go. We've got the game almost locked and loaded. I think we're just waiting for one or two more players to join the lobby.
It was
but
nuts,
before
dude.
we get in, just
I reckon
a little
Riot
bit
will
more
try.
of
I was talking
a
about this to some of
insight into
the
your, journey.
the
You
players
were,
yesterday.
I believe, at Ascend
I can see
last
Riot
year,
like
correct?
get viewership for like tier 2 and stuff.
was
They could definitely do
a
that
content
title
creator
drop
for them
again.
for
They're leaning
almost
way
2
heavier
years,
into drops
and
this
then I
month.
was the assistant coach for their JC team in 2023 and their main team last year for the second split.
What do you see different in the EMEA region that is?
Who was talking earlier? Yeah, Juvenile.
Different from the APAC.
Their
What's
coach.
the biggest difference that you've noticed in the 2 regions?
Honestly, they're a little bit closer than I thought they would be. I'd say the bigger difference is between Americas, in terms of like how the players take coaching and that.
They've yapped for 4 minutes. Yeah, we yapped for a
EMEA
little
is
bit.
definitely a little bit more of a slow-paced, kind of serious.
One team's not even sitting
region,
down.
I guess, at least from my experience.
Yeah, maybe I need to lower my
like
expectations to be able to
teams
just
are a
watch
little bit
one
more,
map.
like, business-like in terms of how they.
Oh, no, okay, here we go.
Things. And so far, at least our team, it's like, we have to have fun if we're going to play well, right? So we need to be enjoying the game. But I think that's
is the global esports roster finalized? Yeah, this is their roster for next year.
True, absolutely. You need to be able to enjoy, and I hope that the players have been enjoying so far in the practice as well. We're going to be looking at what exactly is going to be coming up while we do wait for the players.
The CCTV footage, the camera in the corner, dude, they're pretty good with their space though.
Of an insight about your thoughts on the other VCD teams that we're going to be facing off in this upcoming season.
When is it starting? I mean,
one of the most
behind my head, chat.
exciting
Look.
prospects, of course. SPG.
We got some strats
I'm
going
pretty
on
sure
there.
you saw a couple of their games and how they play, right?
We got maybe we're reminding of Anti or their own stuff. Who knows?
Innovation, and they were kind of, I mean, straight up, they were like the team that inspired everybody to start playing Neon Bucky, right? Like they were the team that was just running around. I mean, some other teams were doing it, but SPG was the team that was really kind of like, you have to do this because it's insanely powerful and it makes every single eco round dangerous. Which
dude, SPG should be fun to watch next year as well.
Chamber meta is a totally like
SPG is tough.
Thing. If
yeah,
if you have the ability to,
it'd be interesting because I've only seen them played like Neon heavy.
You have to really think about that carefully.
What's up with the lights? They wanted to replicate as close to a LAN environment as they can, and obviously
busted,
get like.
You are the guy who
hit in the face with the lights. They're trying to replicate that.
Better? What did you like better? Do you like the chamber meta better, or do you prefer the neon meta?
I mean, I like the neon meta because everybody's better at the game. I think if we had old chamber now, there would not be nearly as much complaining because the agents
weird.
Have kind of
nah, it's not too bad. It's a good idea.
And also, people are just way better at dealing with problematic agents now. So like
I think trying to just get anything used to.
I like what chamber
because then when you play the official,
it
doesn't feel like too alien.
is
right?
in a pretty good spot, honestly. But the fact that Chamber made people like use utility to clear corners was a good thing.
Yeah.
Like it taught people how to play the game better. So
Yeah, well, ladies and gentlemen, we've spoken a lot about the agents. Let's actually look at what GE is cooking up and what OG
Agent
are going to be coming in with. The agent select is here. We've had a little bit of a delay. Apologies for that, but we are now heading into the game, and there it is.
Okay, behind my head is a
An
cipher.
interesting name there, as we've got a Neon and Breach alongside Crystal's Sova for Global Esports, and on the other side we've got Wenka picking up the Neon. So they're actually shifting too, it seems, Elevated. They've gone for pretty much the same comp as you guys.
cool. I mean,
Yeah, it's
I
gonna be
know
mirror
that
comp.
mirror comps are like kind of, it's fun to see different agents interact against each other, but especially when you're like getting to know teams, I think
Yeah,
it's kind of fun see
to
mirror
test your
comps, so you
team,
can
it's
see,
probably
like,
pretty
who's
good.
better, right? Just
Yeah.
without
This is all the more
without all of,
the
like,
more
extra
standard
stuff
comp
that
as
can
well,
go
so
on
it's
in the
like good
game.
fun.
Absolutely. Mirror comps, of course, you, like you mentioned, you get to see who's better, but also about who is able to actually utilize these, aggressive micro sectors that
Who's
you can take
playing?
control, especially on the defense side, because OG on defense, usually they're going to be pretty much heavy on A. They've done that even with their
Techno and
previous comp as well
Venka.
when they were
Yeah,
playing
Juvenile was
Duo
saying
and
that
ISO.
they
Love
trialed as
taking
well.
A main control quite some bit on both of the sides they play on, both on attack and defense. So this is going to be an interesting change because they are, of
Big
course,
in the game.
turning up the other
That's
side
so
of the
good.
comp. They're going for a little bit more speed now. And Venka, he has been known to be really good with, the Neon. Not exactly in official games. He's not played it that much. It's been mostly the Jet. But I'm excited to see what this kid's going to be cooking up against
Kenny S.
Patrick Hu. Both of them, by the way, same age.
That's
They are
Kenny
18,
S.
both of them, and they're going to be going up against each other. This is going to be a really good battle, and I can feel it in my nerves.
Level 909. Wait, who is level 909? That's actually
now. Not
that's
because
actually
I'm
a
extra nervous because my
big
team
grind.
is playing, but
Yeah.
I'm just excited to watch the games. Yeah, I think the mirror comp is going to be really interesting because it's going to come down to like who anchors and retakes better. So whichever team gives
Techno
away
is
less
909.
anchor kills,
Really?
like that last guy
That's
who's kind of like
insane.
alone on the site, and then
Dude, that's
also
hard to
who's
get.
ready to flood.
It's like
retake,
grinding
because
from day
that's sort of
one,
like the game
basically.
plan with both these comps, right? You have to be ready to retake as the other team's planting. And
There's no
you
way
have to
dude
make
has
sure
a
that you,
smurf,
like,
right?
do not give away free kills, otherwise you will get completely steamrolled on this map.
Yeah, we were talking about that yesterday as well, Lexi.
Here we are, ladies and gentlemen. We're heading into the first show match.
I'm gonna record for the VOD as well.
By Global Esports. It's gonna be Orangutan going up against them the first day on 18. We've got a bunch of these coming up in the next couple of
little
days.
pause
So
on
if you want
10.
to be notified every single time,
Okay, so we got OG on
Global Esports are
defense.
gonna be playing for the next
We got
week. You need to
DE on
make sure
attack.
that you
We got
turn on
some hard
notification bell,
additions.
subscribe to the channel, and follow us on all social media. Unfortunately, small bit of a tech pause here from OG. They are just
The drops
setting things
working
up
should
as
be
we're gonna
again
heading into
only
game pretty quickly.
only the
should be heading in
Jinx.
now. Yep, I think everybody's back.
Drop.
Techno was disconnected for a second, but here we go, ladies and gentlemen.
Ping.
The first
they're all
matchup
average
is gonna
70
be
ping.
running in just about in a second as we've got Global Esports on attack. And it seems like they might want to take in a little bit of a garage take here. OG, once again, like I mentioned earlier, they love their A-side take, right? They've got 4 players right now situated there, and they might seem like an aggressive, control sector towards A. And Global Esports maybe making the right read to go towards the other side of the map.
Yeah, I mean, when you're playing a comp that's kind of built around aggression, A is super, super important.
Who's big in the game?
It's a place where the map
Patrick
splits
who?
into 2 lanes, and if you can shut it down in lobby, then it only has 1 lane. So it basically takes all of the potential options for the attackers and just subtracts like a massive part of the gameplay.
Okay, we're actually in.
All right, here we go. Initial contact towards mid. They're going to take a little bit of space.
Like we
for us
said,
being the point
OG
of
is starting
contention.
on defense,
Just not giving
DE
up
on
any
attack.
Quietness. They're just going to run in straight into it.
Yeah, I
Actually,
mean
who's
on
gonna be taking the first
pistol, we
contact,
see a
and DC's
classic
just gonna hold back for the
4-1.
moment
Let's see what
as,
GE
OG
do
pushing up
on
towards A. They've already
with most of the
covered off that
space.
little part of the map, but GE going to retrace their steps.
Let me
go
change my
towards B
binds
this
as
time.
well.
Yep, nice little default from GE. Usually you expect people to be pushing A, and so it looks like we were ready for it.
Orangutan takes the first contact. DC's gone. Was holding on that little angle for quite some time now. And now they're spread out well. Venka might not be ready. No, he is.
Yeah, that's me, sorry.
Going down. Poppy's going to be taking out. Hoax coming on the flank. Got a flash to cover up, but Helef still unaffected. Looking for Orangutan's kill, but it's not going to be the case. Everyone from OG keeps falling on in completely outskirts position. Stun after stun.
Sure.
And it's going to be GE.
Sorry, Chad, let me just sort this out and then I can focus more.
From OG there. They've kind of split out far too much. The flank as well, not properly coordinated, but of course it is their first time playing this new comp, so we're going to give them a little bit of a leeway as to how they're going to settle into this. Let's find out, because of course there is of course one more change here, Elevated. The fact that DC has come into the server, usually in the last couple of tournaments, it's been...
Can I increase the quality? Dude, I can't increase the quality, it's not on me.
Right now, they've gotten their 6th in to play this game as well, so that is one more thing to be noted.
Gotcha. Yeah, I don't know too much about DC.
Okay,
but,
we got.
He's on a very critical role on this map. So
What are we forcing into this? I see one rifle. I see a bulldog. Maybe like a 3-2. I see an out. Dude, we're buying an outlaw as well. I kind of like that.
Setup from GE on the B side. They've got a stun ready from Helef on contact. Ready to break recon as well. It seems like OG have got a set game plan here for the anti.
I'm watching 420, but dude, I'm pretty.
Holding,
Wait, why have I only got 720?
From GE.
Let me reset off this.
Yeah, Crystal has a full utility kit though.
Yep, exactly.
He's got full info kit. So if
watch on YouTube. Someone give me the YouTube link.
Oh, the timing is terrible for Orangutan. Oh my goodness.
Yeah. I'm not sure that push was necessary, but Hoax gets one through the smoke. Crystal.
Yeah, it's an eco. We're switching to YouTube.
In the open here.
Oh, it's behind anyway.
It's terrible for Orangutan. Timing is terrible for Orangutan. Oh my goodness.
Yeah. I'm not sure that push was necessary, but Hoax gets one through the smoke. Crystal caught out in the open here. That's going to be a trade at least.
This is kind of nice though. The Cypher took a lot of space. Probably doesn't need to push like that. You're better off just like going here and holding all the space. So that was a little bit too aggro. At least the team takes sight.
Pretty easily, not too much of a problem for that. But the post plan
2 times, yeah. Wait for the round.
Where the question lies, can they win this?
This is going to be big time on Patrick, who anti-ecos have plagued a lot of teams ever since the Neon patch. So definitely, it's always a dangerous thing.
That's it. It's pretty good damage. I see, pretty good damage. That is a straight up eco. Oh boy. Yeah, there was a couple of mistakes here for sure. They got to use more info over towards B. The Cypher shouldn't be pushing. Couple of things to learn.
Expecting that he's going to be walking in that exact second.
Okay, try me 2 times for a little bit.
I think this is the most important. Taking out Killias there actually gave them the confidence to win this 2v2. And this is something you spoke of off camera as well, right? The anti-eco, and you just mentioned as well, the Neon has been really on and off for a lot of teams.
Did they buy an attack Bucky?
Speed with the Bucky, although they didn't use the Bucky here. It is right now in the hands of Patrick, who instead.
They round is massive damage. Dude, I just didn't think they were going to win it even in the 2v2.
Pressured from Global Esports, aggressive
they made a lot of mistakes in that one, but
they've set up the Bucky a little deep onto a short. As Hoax is going to hold on and make sure that nobody's breaching any close spots.
Yeah, I mean, Hoax is kind of the hero last round, right? He
louder? Okay, let me turn the stream up slightly. Stream should be a little bit louder now, and then I'll talk a little louder as well.
They're alone in drone form, but it is what it is. Hoax capitalized on it, and yeah, I mean, if he takes first contact here with the Outlaw, it's going to be problems for GE.
They're creeping into B now.
Leave on 2 times and then becomes normal speed. Sometimes it like lags when I do that though.
Question as to where exactly this hit's gonna go. The spike still right outside B, and it has been completely left open by OG. So it's a good read by GE here. They should be able to get the plan.
Spike, Joe baits them util out.
That's gonna pull off all the rotation.
And then that should make sure there's space over towards A, and they take the space over towards A. Dude, look how confident we were that no one was holding A and they heavy rotated out. Hey, this is nice.
Oh, that's a big kill as
yeah,
well.
Get a little smoke, 2 guns down. They can try and push, get 2 guns.
Gonna take care of him.
They might eco them back, to be honest.
As, it is a 4v4,
this was a good round though from them. This was nice. Their anti-eco was like pretty atrocious, but this was really good. Like their eco was lovely.
Prioritizing
some good, some bad.
Because of the Bucky. We'll see. How much utility does Orangutan have? I think they use a lot.
And they're scared of the Bucky, so they're going to go 3+ in heaven.
It's kind of hard for them to
Damn, that's...
Or not.
Maybe not. It seems Wenka, okay.
Oh, really? Okay, that's...
This kid's come to play.
Yeah,
It's
that was
the
kind of nice to clean it
Orangutan.
up. That kill on short was
Oh,
awesome.
really well played. Their utility was
And I was a little bit
paramount
worried
from
about
getting
Under
that
Heaven,
first
but
kill especially. I feel like
kind of cleaned it up
Patrick
after
Hu
that.
didn't really need to go any further for that jump peak. I think has been on a roll instantly. That second kill was amazing. The
This
stun
was nice
comes through,
movement as
and a
well. The
follow-up as
jump
well from
onto the
Ella
ledge to
cover off
slide out was
anybody
pretty
on
cool.
site. It confused
The great breach
Kelly
flash
S
as well.
because he was completely frazzled. Could not use
Yeah,
his weapon
breach
as
flash
well
or breach
properly.
stun. It's probably
Stun this time not
yeah,
as
flash. I
cosmetic
think
as
it's
you would
stun
think
then
it to be.
flash.
Yeah, I mean, great round from Venka, obviously, farming the ecos, and you know, it's time for.
Okay, get to the op out. We got a big 5v chat. It's taken a while, but we're here. 5v.
Go down early.
Yeah, he's got the operator.
Operator comes out. Okay.
Yeah, that's an
Scoreboard. Yeah,
interesting
the
goal.
observer needs to do it a little bit more.
Is the question.
Once again, OG firing out that A main side. They've got control of it, and they've basically set up Wenka to hold that site all by his lonesome.
Cam behind the box.
Gonna be poking
And then
on
they swing
C,
off of
just
it.
Getting a little bit of information.
Okay,
but
no one
Techno's lurk
pushes
towards
middle.
deep mid here.
OG are playing good
Might
though.
be the undoing of Global
This
Esports
this
again.
whole
I'm not
setup
sure if they're gonna
for
clear this
first
corner.
first
Right
buy
now,
round's
G
pretty
playing
cool.
a really passive game.
Yeah, they have like good A
Yeah,
control, good mid
you
control
know,
right now at the moment.
We like to default on this map for sure.
Like GE
I feel
haven't
like we're
got
playing a
too
little
much
bit
info.
hesitant, which
So the plan
I
of
think
this is you
maybe to be
drone
expected.
back, you push
First
the
initial
neon off
game,
the
right?
angle, you
I
make
think
sure
we're
two's
playing
here,
a
then
little
in
bit more
theory
scared than we normally do.
B's
But
weaker.
overall, the
Banana
reads that we've
Omen,
had
get
are
the
pretty
Omen
good,
just own
and
this round.
we just need to make sure that we execute cleanly.
We got one trip behind, but obviously the Omen can TP out, so
They've
gonna
gotten
have
the
to keep
side
an eye on if anyone holds
convincingly, and
behind
now
here.
it's for the plan to come down. 5v5 as well, but there is a big ultimate available for Venka,
Dude, they fast
and if he
flood.
goes through with it, he's already entered backside. The smoke's gonna cover them off, and it's gonna be Killiest in the smoke alongside Patrick Hu. He gets that first kill. The ultimate's committed as well, and the breach is gonna make things so much more easier. A little too over committed here.
Oh, chill, chill,
Get
chill,
one,
everyone chill.
two, and another one from Helef. Is he gonna get another?
Everyone
They're
chill, what we
connected!
doing?
Oh my god, Orangutan!
Holy.
Running into a 1v1 and all onto Udatan now. Yes, however, it's gonna be a little difficult for him to retake this because Udatan has got a lot of experience in playing these kind of situations. He's done it in China once. He can do it again! He went
Okay,
for the
I mean,
stick.
nicely done from
Unfortunately,
Udatan.
Helef,
So let me kind of explain it a little
he
bit. So
will
what
not be
happened
able
is
to
the
secure
reason
that
they
round.
pushed the
Udatan's
spawn, because
at
everyone's
the
like, why are
right
they
time.
pushing the
It's
spawn?
gonna be
This
Global
trip got
Esports
broken behind, right, and the
with
Cypher
a
wasn't in a
bit
good
of
position.
an
So then they
overextensive
wanted to try
round here.
capitalize
Didn't
off on
really
the
feel the need to
breach,
push
and
out
then they
all
like
the way
stuck with the
towards,
original plan. They
spawn
didn't
there.
like cancel
They ended up
and
losing
heavy go
4
garage
weapons
or
as a
anything,
result
so
of
they
that,
just
and they're
wanted to take
economy
map
not
control.
really in the
They also
good books
didn't
right
know
now.
about numbers, right? They'd only seen breach.
Yeah, I mean,
think.
huge play by
Veto.
Yudo to secure that round. This was a massive round for GE to win.
Yeah,
Obviously,
looked a
it was not
little
even,
bit overzealous.
A lot of that comes
I
down
also
to
think OG
being a
kind
little bit
of
too
like
excited to
their
chase
original
kills,
idea was
which
awesome,
is
but then
something
they
that
kind of
we
messed
are
up a little bit.
definitely working
That was
on
close,
a
it was
lot,
really close, yeah.
with the team. So
The push free spawn
not
goes
too
a bit
surprised to see it happen. A little disappointed that it does,
risky.
but it's understandable.
Oh, OG, this mid push could be interesting. Yudo might not be ready for this. He is going to hold on to
OG
really
played
passive
good. Yeah, they
window
shouldn't have
angle.
flooded
Could give him
inside
one,
there, but
two. No, he's only going to get be able to one more pop. He's going to trade off another as well. That's going to restore that man advantage for them. But ED looking for one of his own, a little too wide in the open. He's not going to be able to
Neon
counter
just gets
that
away with the most
slide in.
crazy stuff I saw.
OG gonna bring out Bond. That's going to be just another weapon drop, but Crystal
Well, not too bad though.
cleans things up. Global Esports
Only
take the
lose
lead
2,
with
money's getting a
2
little
to
bit
3.
better.
Still setting up, still a lot of things that we're trying to figure out here, it seems. One thing that you've noticed so far, Elevator, give me a little bit of an insight. What exactly, was this a game plan to go at the start? You play a little bit more slow, feel for information, or did you guys have a different, sort of style that you wanted to go with?
Yeah, I mean, Haven's just kind of a defaulty map in general. Like,
High ping? I mean, the game's pretty
you
crazy on
can
high
kind of
ping. It
gamble
is a
and
different
just, like,
game. You
guess
can.
sites and hit as 5.
It
but
does just
it's
mean
a
that
fairly
you want to
one-dimensional
be
way to
swinging
play,
all the
and so you
time.
got to be able to slow the tempo down.
Like you never want to really be
especially when
holding
the
an
other team is
angle.
on a comp that also kind of needs to play aggressive.
So it does change a little bit.
Yeah.
Like most people as well were like,
The A take from Global Esports, this time
when they see
deny
someone,
any sort of
sometimes you like
control,
move
but
as they
Helef
see you,
holding off
so
a really
kind of get
aggressive
the
angle.
advantage
He's
as
got
well.
a utility, and has the breach. Taking the first contact might not be the best of cases for him. Shock dot drop towards A long. Yudo's gonna
Okay,
go
A
on his way
default,
back
camera's
towards
not
mid.
broken, so we take space.
And
Dude, look
he's
how
been
look
undetected.
how
Timing.
aggro OG is.
Camera gets the info.
3 rounds where they push over towards middle. This is nice from Uchitan. Utitan's playing great.
Big
That's
kill,
my
big
boy.
ult.
Like we had that mistake over towards spawn with the overpush, but
Absolutely,
he's
nice,
gonna get a
nice.
lot of
Hit ult as
That's
well.
right.
Was
We're
got
okay
that's
here
unlucky.
with, we're all
That's a cool
from
trip,
DA,
though.
we're
Like,
okay with that.
feels like a
Information
good
gain
one,
once
it's
again,
cool
but
trip.
DC shuts down Yudo and he puts on his own neural
It's a shame
depth
the
here.
mistake of the
To get
trip
a little
cost
bit
him
more
the timing and then
information.
couldn't get over
G's
towards
been
site.
found. They've been exposed outside of C. And there's a connection. Crystal might be going down. He just about dodges it, survives with his life. And once again, they're running outside.
Okay, now
A.
we're in some
Hellas
weird
doing all
area,
of
and
this,
we're gonna
he's
hear
calling to his
1,
team that
2,
all of
3,
Global Esports
4.
right now, heading in
30
towards A.
seconds left.
The site
Oh,
moving
Crystal's
is
so
C,
dead.
but there is a quick flank. Crystal might be caught off guard here.
Yeah, they gotta be a little bit more aware, especially if they've been pushing mid like all the time.
All right, 3v4, big conversion if we can get this.
DC.
Patrick.
10 seconds left. Last player standing.
Big flash by OG. They're gonna just.
Yeah, this. I mean, this was nice from OG.
Absolutely strength from
Honestly,
strength
if this
here.
trip
They're
went down,
going. OG seemingly
and
right now have
they-
been in control of
then we
most
have
of
a
these
timing,
rounds.
yeah.
Of course,
And it's a different
Global
round,
Esports
but-
are still, trying to figure out how exactly OG are playing with this new comp, but it almost seemed a little.
They're happy to make
too,
pushes, dude.
you know,
They want to be pushing
hasty, the
bottom
decision
middle
to
every
run
single
towards
round. It
A.
feels
Of course,
like
yeah, time was,
they're always bottom middle.
against them at that moment. Flash as well, right there, just a second away before he could have peeked there. Poppy.
Lower the
But
caster
overall,
slightly.
OG
Sure.
seem to be in
Let me
good
put it here. It
control
should be a bit
here.
better.
Yeah, I mean, they definitely are being very good and proactive. I think.
Can I press
G is
tab?
doing
I
a
wish I
pretty
was on the
job
server to
putting
press tab.
themselves in position to like win rounds, but then they're not converting cleanly. We're definitely giving Orangutan a lot of opportunities to come back into rounds.
Spike down.
Oh, that's become a little scrappy. It's gone around. It's 3 versus 3 right now. First 2 came in for OG, but Poppy trades him instantly. Venka still around the corner. He's got his ultimate as well. He can pop that
Spike planted.
lightning strike if he wants to. They're gonna hold on. The plant's gone down. Poppy under heaven. He's got no particular support. The smoke's gone up on heaven now, and the 2 players from OG from CT, they come out, and Poppy's ready for it. Gets a third for himself. Yudo gets the
Okay, this was a lot better, especially in the after plan. The site here looked a little bit off with some utility timing, but
bounce right back as they maintain the lead by winning this round. Got a little scary in the beginning, not gonna lie.
oh, it got
and,
crazy scary.
Patrick going down the way they did, but Poppy
The
once
Cypher
again
absolutely
took the
sent
clutch
it.
for his team.
Because the OG Cypher there doesn't send it through the smoke, and then waits for
See,
his
I
team
love
to
this.
flood in,
We
and then they
set the
overwhelm this
table
person.
before the event
Like, it's a
started,
different
right?
round.
I told
But
you that we like to do a little bit of trolling because we're kind of inexperienced, and Poppy is
Yep.
like that backstop. He's like, stop trolling.
what's the
we're
Chinese
winning this
tournament?
round.
Yeah,
So,
if I get
do a
right,
little- nice example.
that's the
of
plan.
there.
It should be fine.
Yeah, a little bit of a straight up walk in as well from Techno, even though Hellas did have a flash.
What's the
from
money
under
after this?
heaven.
They still buying,
So,
right?
A little bit of off decision making from OG there. Not gonna go too
Wait,
far.
why did the Cypher and Garage
Contact
only
now.
have a...
That's good amount of damage on Venka as well. He's
I
got
think
a
you gotta wall this
61
and create
GE
pressure or
good
smoke it.
utilization of their
they
utility
know?
so far, but it's gonna be Patrick's
There's no way
job
to
to
check
check
Oh,
that
okay, I don't
corner.
know.
Nah, Techno's gonna take him out, and now Wenka
They were just doing it to
might
break
be in
the
a good
trip, but there's
position to
actually someone
take
there.
out both these players. He's gonna go out, finds the first. He's not gonna get the second, but Techno will
Spike
finish
down,
up that
C.
kill. And G once again in a little bit of a tough spot here, walking up C long and just not ready for what OG had in mind.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure what this.
Let me... let me pop
disconnect between
my
2 players over towards A.
mic
was
higher.
Way bigger than it should have been. So kind of just a poor round.
One
from
enemy
G,
remaining.
to be honest. I'm sure this is one that we would note down in scrim. Would be like,
Okay,
let's
this should be a little bit better.
VOD review.
Mhm.
What the rights mean? Just I'm allowed to co-stream it.
Oh, a headshot in the second.
Dink.
Techno needs to be careful
30
here. You
seconds
could
left.
get lined up. Udo, he's got a 16 himself. This team is mostly
Don't peek him.
impossible.
Don't peek him.
He's seen all three. There's no chance he's gonna get out of here. One bullet, one stray bullet through this fight. Nah, never mind. He's gonna get away, and he's gonna save that weapon.
10 seconds left.
Yeah,
Lucky to be alive.
I would
here,
love a
but
little,
give
love a
me
little
bit of
tab
insight.
press to be able
do
to
you
see what
think
the money's like.
happened there, Elevate?
I mean, it was actually just a really good job from Orangutan with Techno. Techno's the one on the Omen, right? Yeah, he took the
Yep.
contact on long to disguise where the neon was tucked. and won that duel straight up. He just
Okay, there we go. We get some money. Alright, they're gonna buy into it. We got one. There can be like a Bucky or something.
Opened up the
Ult wise, Neon ult.
and capitalized there. So just kind of a nice setup on C, honestly. That worked out.
Okay,
really well
big
for
buy
us.
round. If they lose this, they got to
He was not
eco.
ready for it.
And I like this. I like this call to swing middle because there's been so much
They got a
pressure
buy
over
here,
towards
G.
middle.
He's the only one on a bit of a receded buy. He's got a sheriff.
Instead of
that's
just
about it.
letting the camera get shot, they can
Armor's
actually just
across
get
3 players.
control.
It's gonna be an extremely fast B hit, it seems. Yep.
Holy.
Patrick, the trip's been broken for him. He's taken a pretty aggressive spot already, and that's
Okay.
called off Techno pretty soon. He's not gonna smoke it off just yet, keeping a pretty much crossfire contact with Hello from both the links here. And GE instantly.
They had a
after getting
drone
the
over
show
toward.
south, have to stop in
They
their
had a drone
tracks.
over towards long, so they kind of need to
Yeah,
clear
honestly,
this
this is
angle,
a
like
round that
one
I
of these
consider to
angles.
be sort of like a discipline check.
It should just be a cage
where
or something. Okay, that kind of works.
we kind of say,
Eight
are
late
you
camera
disciplined
to
enough
clear.
to not respond to this, right? And it's a good way to.
I think they caged up as well. They did the old late cage, and at least they're ready for this push.
Really good job of not biting.
Whoa, what a
Oh
shot,
my
dude!
God. Okay, that was brilliant, but the trade-off is even better from GE.
Oh.
Patrick, check your corners!
Check your corners. We stun, but we don't check.
DC gets the first. He throws in his own ult. Now, the neural thefts have been a menace for both teams here, but it's all up to Crystal now. He's got a drone. He's got a recon coming in about 12 seconds now. Takes it off instantly, just kind of baits it out to force them to maybe
Recon in
push
5?
that they were not expecting. The recon's gonna find him.
It's okay.
Now he's in trouble. They know exactly where he is, but he's got his own recon that's come up now. Focus more on the fight, though. Gun's gonna make the difference here. He's gonna wrap them around.
Timing's
The
wild,
timing's
yeah.
perfect for him. OG.
Timing's
they might not be
incredible.
ready for
Couldn't
this.
have
He
been
can
much
find
better.
both of them here, and he will find the timing on one.
Really
Gets the
nice,
second.
dude.
He's
Really,
got
really
his
nice.
first to clutch it out. Man, yo, I'm not gonna lie. G are letting this come too close to my neck, man. I can feel it in my throat.
Yeah, I mean,
Dude, OG just
OG's
gets so
shooting
much.
really well.
They get
Yeah,
so
they're
much for their
playing
pushes at middle.
well,
This is
they're
like the
shooting
5th or
back.
4th push at middle we've had.
You know,
I
sometimes
don't think I've ever seen a team push
you gotta
middle as
win
much as this, but
rounds
it's
in
nice.
Scrappy ways, and we've been pretty good at that so far this season in scrims. So I'm not surprised to see that happening now. Obviously, I would love to see this be a lot more one-sided. But I gotta say, you know, we're playing a little bit scared, and OG is playing very well right now.
Absolutely. I think they're kind of capitalizing on the fact that you guys are. This is your first game, right? And they've been playing a bunch of tournaments. In
Yeah,
the
I'm
last couple
pretty.
of
I'm
months,
pretty
so
sure OG can
they're
buy.
kind of capitalizing on the fact that you
Pretty sure they
can
can
put
buy into
pressure
this.
on G right now. They might be susceptible.
See some
to
rifles
it,
out.
and that's what they're utilizing best this time
We
around.
got
They've
drones
changed the
clear
setup. They've
garage. We
played-
still did a
they're playing
default over
double,
towards A in
heavy
terms of
stack on B. They've
smoke.
left the Cypher on DC once again alone
Dude,
on the back
DC
side.
is in
And
trouble.
He's stunned. He's alive for the moment. Not going to be flashed out.
Breach
here.
flash
He's
to
still
push
alive.
site.
Gonna help him as well. And there goes Patrick. He gets deleted. And the trade-off is perfect. Global Esports still keeping equilibrium here. They're making sure that they don't lose out too many players. And they've got
TP
their
long.
own thunder now. The question is, are they expecting this garage?
Oh,
push right
they
now?
kind of messed up a little bit.
Ooh, Crystal unable to trade there. Nobody was watching Garage. That's a communication
Last
mistake from
player
GE.
standing.
And now we're playing solo. Don't like that.
Yeah, so it's hard in that situation because they didn't have map control, but they still had the trip over towards long, right? So you gotta so basically over towards site, right? They had this, they had 1, 2, 1, and ideally you want this to be 1. Ideally you want it to be like 1, 1, 1. So the Omen had to TP over towards this area and then swing off the contact of the over.
But Global Esports
Post spawn? Yeah, I mean they lost garage control early, which like didn't help.
OG have been reading them well when it comes to these retakes.
Like OG are very fast because they keep pushing down middle,
absolutely.
right?
I
they're,
mean,
they're so fast,
Like I said earlier,
and maybe
OG's doing
faster
a
than they
really
thought
good
over
job
towards
being a proactive
garage.
game, but not
But I think the server must have heard something.
proactive. So they're playing a very solid haven right now in terms of how the tempo that you want to play out.
Yeah, and they won one, lost one, so they gotta go into an eco.
Contact A gonna be taken
Dude,
out
Venka
here.
looks
Venka's
great,
gonna
by the
make
way.
sure that it did not exceed more than 1 kill from Global Esports. Yudo's already walked in towards B as well. Poppy's gonna keep an eye out. He did use his ultimate, by the way.
That's yeah, it's a server in the background.
Interesting choice to actually put it down here in this round. But hey, we've seen it happen, and Poppy's pretty much stuck in heaven. now.
Lurking
He's being
IRL,
guarded
dude, he
from
can't
both
stop,
sides.
right?
Impossible for him to get out of here. Oh, never mind. DC's actually gone away, so now he can make it work. Puts down a smoke as well for himself. Yudo's been found, and the spike is in pretty much half
He
the
just
world
has a
away from
shorty.
him.
Unlucky.
Yeah.
Unlucky, Poppy.
Yeah, it might be.
If he
Is
does
this something
any
you've
damage.
practiced
It might be hard for
before?
G
Is
to win this.
Is this a round that you've practiced before, by the way?
OG are definitely playing
I
like
mean, it's just one of those
probably
things
different to
where,
most of the teams I
ultimately
played
you
in
gotta
Prague.
get
I've never
guys
seen
somehow.
that. Oh my goodness,
It's
I've never seen a team play
where you can, like to catch the spike.
this aggro
like,
middle.
get
Again,
the
I
spike
think it's
after
good.
the drop, or to get yourself in a weird spot. So yeah, I don't mind. I don't mind the call.
Yeah, Poppy's gonna be flanked.
He's dangerous. He's dangerous.
Okay.
He's dangerous.
All right. He indeed is. Still gets 2 from that round. You said it's going to be a surprise even if he gets 1.
All right,
Last
But,
6-6 or
kind of,
7-5.
Unexpectedly walked into his big round crosshair, and he was taking out Orangutan at the absolute end of this first half. Will be securing
Dude, they got
at least
Sova
6
ult
for
breach
going
or
into the second half, which
against the
is,
Sova
going
or
to
Neon
at least
or
give them,
what do they want to do?
you know, a bit of confidence saying that, you know what,
They got all the
be
options right
going
now.
down with a deficit into the second half.
OG are doing
If
pretty
anything,
good. They go up
we'll go
against
with
a
the
breach
positive.
ult, so that's
And
their
right now, they're
protocol is
looking to
putting
maybe
Cypher
fight
over towards
Garage,
A,
because Venka's kind
and
of
probably just do
situated
double kill
there.
trip when he goes heaven.
And
Yeah, this is a massive
G-
round. Lots of big ults online too.
Going aggro to try kill the Sova or the breach or get a pick early isn't the worst idea. I would like some util a little bit.
He's going to commit his Hunter's Fury. Does not connect on anybody. And that's going to get rid of another ultimate. They do have a Rolling Thunder now, GE.
Yeah, I mean,
Pretty
GE are in the
useful,
best
of
spot
course,
ever.
as they wanted
Inserted
to
one over
take
towards
garage
top
control.
mid. Problem is they don't have
Yeah, this is
any of
another
this
one of
yet,
those
but
rounds where it's sort of a discipline check, right? And this time Venka fails it. We'll see if GE
Uditan's
convert
probably in
the
trouble.
main advantage with the
Okay.
2 ultimates that they have, because not only did we get first blood, but we also got a big ultimate out of the way. So now it's really important that Uditan does not give up this advantage here, although he could get us some good information.
Yeah, that's too much. It might be pretty good though. Double over towards Garage. You know that this is going to be
Close angle. They lose another player.
weak on sight.
First player, actually. They run into the side. The trick's been taken care of. Once come out of the side here. Patrick caught in a really weird tripwire there. Great setup from DC, to be fair. That's a great catch off, and
30
Hello's come on the
seconds
backstab as well. He's got a flash. He doesn't need to really take that fight. He just needs to set up his team, but the ultimate from Kelly S to stop the aggression coming in from CT has been perfect. That's going to hold off OG for a little longer, and now Hello.
The trip? Yeah, I've never really seen one far back like this.
Success here. Not going to be easy
Yeah, this
for
is
him
an
to win this.
Awkward setup for GE.
Last player standing.
One comes in, but Techno finds 2. He's going to jump down and find a 3rd as well under. And GE.
Yeah, I'm kind of impressed with OG. That it was a weird defense from OG. I've never seen anything as proactive as this on defense. Uditan's made like 2 little mistakes, but there's a couple of nice stuff that he's doing as well. He just needs to find he needs to find like his level of when it should be taking a risk or when not. Like in a 4v5 and like they're the 4, he's fine to do this. 5v4 shouldn't be doing this. Should be trying to get out towards here. Would have been better to like once he cages insta trip here, then he could just watch Garage. Right, can just be in this position watching Garage. That would have been like the ideal.
GE to have to worry about this guy on the flank. That retake probably goes a lot worse for Orangutan, but because he did that play, because he found that timing, it really kind of threw a wrench.
You'll find it's pretty hard to luck when like a team's going as aggro as this. So maybe it's a good learning curve for him. OG good at taking spaces. Yeah, it was a cool defense.
But mostly on contact. They're gonna hold on. But it is a heavy commitment. Yudo's gone pretty heavy outside Garage here. Takes a chunk of damage, gets right back. DC's gonna push him, tell him, alright, stay back in Garage, no pushing further. As now OG making a good read to go into the only site where there's one player. Crystal spots one, but he's gonna be stunned. Stunned twice as well. The
good breach stun though.
And Crystal still finds one.
Down
Pretty much done his job here. 4v4. And now it's retake territory for Global Esports.
Okay, and what do we do? Do we break the trip, then go join the team, or do we dig space? Dig space, goes in. Honestly, the Neon needs to send it.
Yeah. OG's got one. They found another. No, they took it on the flank as well. and this pistol round once again. OG in control.
Dude, OG
They
honestly
were all on site. They
doing
were
some
all
nice
just kinda
stuff.
coupled up
I think
together
honestly
towards,
with the
you know,
neon here breaking the
main
trip and then
three
going
blocks.
back can be
He was
good, but I
ready
guess
for
we didn't know
every
if
fight
anyone
and
was
ready for the
close.
flank as well.
I
Patrick
also think
couldn't really do
they
much
needed
on the
right
flank,
once
even
you
though the
once you had the
distraction
pressure of
caused
the
from
flank,
the rest of
it
his
was like
teammates
this
was
chat.
there. He
Okay,
just they were
let me
ready.
wait for the
Techno
minimap
was,
and I'll kind
you
of
know, just
explain something
basically
of like what
stationed
they
to
should have
say,
been doing here.
you know what? He's gonna come on the flank. You take care of
You
only
want
him,
to
we'll do
like
the rest.
break the trip of the flank, but then you want to
Yeah,
wait
I
for
mean,
them to react to it,
Crystal
right?
was kind of
So, like
put
you're breaking the
hero role
trip
for
either
GE
here
for a
or
minute there,
here,
but
but then they didn't really
um,
give them time to like react and
like
pull
it
someone
was
down
really
towards
cool.
short or down towards long or someone over towards here, right? And so it's like they broke the trip, then they insta-exect. But
Similar
it's like the
setup
4 is
here.
still going to be
This
close
time
here,
around, they are more
and
focused
then
on
they can
C,
wait and
Global
deal with
Esports.
flank. Should have been like break the
Orangutan
trip,
playing
wait
a bit of a
3
default,
seconds,
holding on
5
every
seconds,
angle, and they're just
then this
waiting
gets
for Global
broken up,
Esports
then
to
it's a
make their
3 on
push.
3 on site and like a
CC spots
1v1 here.
Hero. He's a
That's what you should
little
have been
antsy
doing.
about peeking that. No, holds his discipline, gonna not give up anything here. And GE have completely committed to the C site here, and it seems like they've made the wrong grade. It is, of course, their eco, so it's not gonna be too much of trouble. They could just go back and try to drop as many weapons as possible on the flank. But the biggest problem
Yeah,
that's gonna
OG
be for
picking the
them
right
is
site.
actually DC sitting outside garage.
No
Free site
timeouts.
available
They
for
might
OG. They're gonna
be
get the
trying to
plant
prac
pushed
stuff.
around as well, I presume.
Like
Unless, of
might be
course,
trying to prac like how the
great flank
team
comes
can
in
adapt on their own.
from Global Esports.
If they're
But
doing
in
all
this
this stuff with
case,
lights, they probably
DC
want to
doing a bit
get
of
like
exploratory mission here.
a lot of little,
Might just be able to find
I guess, side quests. I don't know what to call it.
Nope, he just
Jesus.
gets slapped right in the face.
That is so mental,
right,
isn't it?
that's neon.
I mean, they
That's
pick up a
neon
ghost.
for you. Question is, can we get more? No slide this time.
Oh, Venka, close angle. It's gonna be easy for him to pick
Oh.
off at least 2. He does give. Okay, that was
What
a
the-
little. I think he kind of fat fingered.
What
that.
the-
Shot it straight in the face.
What's going on
Gonna be
here?
One more. GE.
Holy hell, they just owned it with a bucky.
Patrick, what?
Well, I mean, it was
Hey,
nice
man,
from
anything
Patrick.
we can do better.
I
already,
have no
so
idea
let's,
what was going on over
maybe
towards
the
here.
pistol round
This was a right click as well, close, right? It was like a
I'm actually not
bait
sure
right click,
why
just straight up
Wenger shot
misclick.
that. I'm pretty sure
And this
he
is a nice
fat-fingered
kill.
the
I'm not
right
saying it
foot
snowballs
there.
into anything because I don't think the ghost got a kill, but
Unfortunately,
that was
yeah.
a big mistake.
Really
Dude, and then
unfortunate.
swinging
Unlucky.
after, that was madness.
Unlucky
But
for him.
the fact that
Kinda
G
nuts that that
capitalized
one shot
so
under, though.
quickly on just
That's
that
kind of cool
one
that you can
little,
one shot under with a
bullet push
bucky. I wonder if
was
there's heavy armor or
incredible.
light
And,
armor.
you know, Patrick, of course, making it all
Patrick
happen.
looks good on Neon, no doubt about that.
And now it'll be interesting because a lot of times for like these young players, it just takes like one round where they feel like, oh yeah, I can just shoot these guys, right? And right,
It chip
I
break
mean,
over
to be
towards
honest,
B.
Patrick has been a little bit more Patrick Y than Patrick How this game.
Yeah.
And
Okay, what?
maybe he just needs a round to wake up.
Yeah, probably that was the round as well. Hell of a little bit, you know.
Yeah, could eco
question
them
mark
back,
moment there,
right?
Just walking in with his knife towards the B side, expecting nobody to actually be peeking that angle. Good aftershock does give a chunk of damage to
Oh.
Hopes. He's got a 20.
Whoa,
and
man,
Wenka
we
doing
gotta
exactly the same thing that
we gotta do
Patrick
something
did.
about this. It's too much. We're taking turns of just Bucky being broken on Neon.
GE flooding into the side from that A link. They've gotten positions. They're gonna go stick on that defuse.
Oh
And
my
it's gonna be
goodness.
Patrick
They're
saying,
making
"I
Neon
can
look
do
like
it
the
as
most
well."
broken thing
This
ever.
happened to Guardian. They're securing the round there.
Buff
Got a
Bucky,
little
add Neon.
scary towards
It's just
certain
such a
points.
killer
Venka got
combo.
that first kill
Like I do think,
onto,
I mean they're both
Kelly,
busted. I would be fine with
but
both of them getting a
they
little
secure
nerf.
it really well, coming
As
with
in
that triple
the Bucky as
flood
well.
off
I
of
say
A-Link.
little, I'd be fine
And
for
of
Neon to
course,
get a big
Patrick,
nerf.
like you said, Elevate. The minute that first round comes in where he can feel, okay, now I can start shooting, it seems like he's got the confidence to run into their faces.
Big buy round, they got Neon,
hopefully.
they
I
got
mean-
Neon ult Cypher.
Again, though, it's just every
Patrick-
round
Patrick
there's
looks
a
great.
Neon with a shotgun. It's starting to feel a little bit like that chamber meta. I'm telling you, it's like you cannot take eco rounds lightly. It's one gun, 800 credits or 850 or whatever it is.
Yep.
It's scary. It's a scary.
Please
thing
don't
to
nerf
have
the
in game
Bucky.
right now.
It is fun to use, I'm not gonna lie.
With A this time to set up
But it
Spirit.
is broken.
Patrick still got the Guardian, but he's got his ultimate as well, and he's gonna trigger it out.
Oh, okay, it's
Secure
DRX.
corners, Patrick
Whoa.
again. He misses the corner, but Techno will be taken out thanks to the aftershock. That was a
Spike
great
down
setup
A.
eventually. Even if he didn't take that corner, he was gonna get taken out there. And
It's nice though
Global
that
Esports
they did
massive
info,
successful. Barring the two
right?
players
So
that
we
they
got all
lost,
info over
LJP
towards
was
these
got that
areas,
spike
and then we
in
do the
there at
aggro
the
push with the Omen flash committed. Pretty much what DRX do.
Let's see how we want to play this one. Okay, we come in. 2v1.
They could also bait this later on as well. We'll see. Yeah, this was nice though. It was
Good
cool.
reinforcement by Unison to come over there to A.
This was a very good
Give
call
up
in
the
this round as
information
well.
that everybody
Big
was
buy
there.
round, get them
Came to
scared of
join
going
fight,
over towards
and
A.
cleans it up.
Our Cypher's just literally playing
man. You can
full
see the
retake
minute they
everywhere,
won that
full
eco
info.
round, it's almost like they've turned up, the velocity. It's gone straight up there, and it's been amazing so far these last 3 rounds. Once again, Patrick does need to, give a little bit of an attention to his corner checking, even though it was covered off by KLAS's aftershock. It's still something that needs to be. Making
Yeah,
sure
I'm
that
worried that they're
he
going to go
does
aggro
it
over
well.
towards C, but they just want to stop
Again,
them from
that
getting
A-side,
orbs.
like I mentioned, OG love exploiting and working that A-side both on their attack and defense. This
Yeah, they
time,
kind
just
of
walked in towards
full
short
setup
here.
to stop them getting
I'm not
this.
sure
I've got a
Simon,
5-person
expect 5
exec
here.
from short. Oh god, honestly with a Bucky it might work. Where are we? Oh no.
Great timing here.
Yeah, use your imagination. Close your eyes. Use your imagination. We got. They're still not back.
Sure what's happening, but we do
Neon's
have
sending
a lot
it.
going on.
Neon's sending it somewhere.
You can't cast off the sound? Okay, listen. I heard a shotgun. I'm pretty sure I heard Neon die. I'm not sure who's winning right now, but I'm gonna just guess.
Yeah, I reckon it's a 3v2.
It's come out.
Neon's definitely still
At
alive.
least even numbers.
Last player standing.
Okay, 1v something. 1v2. I'm gonna say 1v2 and the 2 is there. Wait, flawless. Okay, well.
Okay, who uses that skin?
I mean, it's gonna be a flawless here. It has to be. It has to be 9. It has to be 9-8. Oh boy. Oh boy. Well. And there's no way they got flawless ecoed. The chance of them getting flawless ecoed is like what? 10%?
We're not
5%?
We're not heard, right?
Okay, there we go, chat. We were kind of right. At the end, at least. I actually felt they got some kills with the Bucky, to be fair.
Holding position. Right
Yep.
there.
I draw the whole round? Hey, I can't even see the X's. I'll give you the X's. It probably looks something like this, and then the neon was running off somewhere. So like
Apologies,
this.
guys. A little bit of a moment there of.
I 2 times, dude. It wasn't my stream
We're
that
back. We
broke.
should be starting
Careful
the
there.
game right off the bat, and as you can see, GE did win that last round.
Flawlessly, we heard. It
Yeah.
looked dangerous, but it was a flawless victory. So we'll take it.
Apologies from the production behalf, ladies and gentlemen, but we are set. It seems like Emmy has factoring her VMix there, but he's really sorry for it, and he's making sure that it continues on good pace now. As Global Esports 2 want to keep pressing on their pace, take a little bit of a
Okay, a little bit of pressure over towards
take
middle,
the
and
keep a
then
little
they
bit util.
insta react over towards here, and then now they see nothing, so they decide to push down. It's been a good defense half. They've had a lot to learn on attack, but the defense at the moment, the defense has been nice.
Towards a short, waiting for the first one to make the move. As Global Esports
Nobody
now
agrees.
re-clearing the area that OG first went to, and this flank could be everything.
Yeah, 3-person.
Yeah, there is a trip
Maybe one
here.
should be going back, but
So as long as DC stays alive.
now what? You let the Omen
Oh, this could be a
TP while
very
you
weird
hold
timing
him,
where DC peeks
and
dies.
2 go back. Yeah, they break the trip.
It's gonna be Yudo who peeks and dies. He went to check it out.
Oh,
because he thought it
we
was
got a
gonna be
double
hit,
there
and
from
OG
Sova. That's kind of nuts.
Worked that perfectly. Ready for the flank. Ready for anything
Spike
coming their
planted.
way in this round. That tripwire was everything. DC staying alive, like you mentioned, Elevate. The longer he stayed alive, that tripwire was causing a nuisance to Global Esports. They had to.
Yeah,
break
they
it.
needed
And
they
even
need
if it
like
was
a
broken,
bit of a
they
faster
committed
plan on
3
this.
players to go and make sure that the flank just
Like
was
especially with
not
2
going
people
to amount
holding
to
it, I think you
anything.
can just do like a
That's left
TP
Kelly alone
just
now
directly over it.
in this
and then you
1v4.
can kinda
He's gonna
wait
have
for
to save
reaction.
this weapon, but this should give him a little bit of more time.
Or, like,
to
Neon
actually
can
discuss
go
what's
back.
going on.
It wasn't the
I'm
worst.
actually, I mean, curious if at all Juvy's actually going to call in a timeout anytime here. To maybe give a little bit of insight as to what he's seen. It could be different. What they
The duel
can
in
do
middle, yeah, the duel in
separately,
middle could have gone
in the
better,
upcoming
and then
rounds.
maybe it's a different round.
Yeah, not sure honestly. I think
Yo's
really,
question was
you
Theo.
just want to use timeouts if you hear something bad in the comms, or if
You Do I want to know how many people were banned throughout all of game changes? Honestly, yeah, I do.
If he doesn't call a timeout, it must mean that the comms are
I would
fine.
guess it's
And,
over.
Yeah, I mean, this
Out of
is
everything, I would guess it was
just
over 200.
Kind of a grinder of a map. It looks like every round,
Careful there.
and just and the momentum swings are back and forth.
Absolutely.
Did we get an answer or
Oh, 9 and 9 so far. A bunch of ultimates available on both sides here. Hunter's 3,
easy
4,
800?
both of them.
Revealing area.
124? That's lower than I thought. Honestly, considering some of the numbers we were getting.
Taken control of by Global Esports here. Denied by just one flash and one stun. Patrick's going to keep that in control alongside his teammate. As OG now explore garage, and they've got no tripwire stopping them, but there is a camera spotting their cross.
With YouTube close to 200?
He has been really vital for his team so far.
Could be worse.
One more round.
Could be obviously a lot better, but
just go that way.
here we are.
Kelly, he's expecting to see hit. He's got his stun open. He's gonna be jumping on the contact. The stun comes in, and there comes the Hunter 3 as well. Crystal connecting the first.
Oh, but that was nice. So we had a little swing on top of it, and we get the spike. Insta flood over towards here. We're just all gonna duel this.
And OG have been stopped in their tracks. They've lost their main
Dude,
control
you can see the observer PC get some FPS problems.
So retrieving that's going to be
a weird
priority,
setup
but they
having
do
Omen
have the
solo.
Omen to secure it. So Techno's going to be able to pick it up. 1-for-1 trade once again outside C. B's been taking control.
Yeah, we got Omen out.
Now they're heading actually in towards the A site. Spike's going to be picked up. No problem at that.
30 seconds left.
But do
Okay,
they know
but now
Big
Omen
dash, crazy
can
timing, yeah.
push
Could have
short.
Crazy timing here.
Omen should have peeked here and pushed short.
They seem to expect that somebody is probably playing long though, so he's gonna hold the space.
Yeah, honestly, Omen's playing alright. Just holding this the whole time.
Venka's ultimate, and he's on heaven. He could cause a lot of trouble being in this position.
But then
All about checking
you gotta
it.
make sound here.
They are gonna check. The first peek comes through. Wenka's gone down to 47.
Oh my
The
goodness.
stun comes through. He's gonna hold him
Dude,
off for a
Neon's
second.
crazy. Look how far it
He's
went.
gonna have to just tuck in behind the green boxes. Recon's out. DC's been found.
Dude, my Omen's gotta play. My Omen's gotta make a play, surely.
Venka gets the first. He's still ready for it, and he gets Crystal at the right time.
Venka is good though. Fair play, Venka is good. Yeah, Omen had to make a play here with what was going on. Like Omen's the playmaker in this area, especially as this trip is up.
Well in control, and there it is. Juvenile calls a timeout.
Because they thought they over rotated with the spike, right? So spike was over towards here, whereas this guy's just playing it like a normal round, and the spike hasn't been seen, right? Because obviously if the spike doesn't get seen and you push all the way through B over towards A, you're gonna expect someone short or long, or at least one in these positions. Because the spike was here, they thought it was an over rotate, so they weren't even worried about behind in terms of over towards A.
Utility in hand, which is very rare.
So it was like the Omen kind of played it right for a normal round, but because the spike was down,
just positioning, which is, you know,
it didn't really like process.
Shouldn't really be doing, but these things happen, especially when a team is kind of
No
like
minimap?
feeling
Yeah, you guys have to. It's like that round we saw earlier. You got to use your imagination.
Well, Global Esports, they have now got a lot of thinking to do. What Juvi's actually going to be, giving them instructions is going to be seen in the upcoming rounds. They do have a buy. That's not going to be a problem. They've got the money for it. But if they end up, kind of conceding in this, it's going to be a little bit trouble for the economy. 3 players, they do have money. I think maybe
close,
one
dude.
more
Thank
round
you, thank you.
possible, but they shouldn't be looking at losing this round.
Venka
anyway,
looks
for that
great.
matter.
Venka looks really good.
And they've got
Honestly,
a good set of ultimates as well to
Udatan,
utilize in this round.
aim-wise, can be in like Udatan's gonna be a really good player.
This is one where who comes out of this with the
But
advantage is kind of gonna dictate.
there's a lot to learn on the luck still. But when the luck gets good,
First round, the pistol round that they did,
he's gonna be
they're
scary.
gonna keep control of B, but they're actually gonna walk out this time because no contact. DC holding a pretty passive position, just gonna make sure that Garage isn't being pushed upon. And they've set up Patrick in a pretty deep position. They're gonna let him stay there as
this was
he's gonna have
nice.
his Omen just kind of bait out for him as much as possible.
Oh, okay, wait. They used drone to clear long.
Will they clear this angle is the question. As Hoax is actually trying to fake
G,
out
I mean,
towards C.
OG messed up a little bit here.
Kelly is towards there.
Yeah, pretty much no information for either team right now.
Okay, so Neon actually thought they got spotted with that jump, the little jiggle.
Spotted, but he heard some sounds and he's
This
gonna get
is
away,
nice
and now
though,
they
right? If
know,
we look at Udatan at the moment, they droned
that
up fake
there's
pressure.
only
They
one
didn't take
player that
anything
is
from it,
alive.
and he's just insta clearing the question mark.
He's
This
clear
pushes
Insta clears
everything.
everything. Can tell the team that's where we've got 3 stacked here at the moment. The recon and the camera, they got to realize this. Reach, good Uto to stop the plant, double.
But OG, they will get the site pretty much for free.
Ult to stop the plant, reach damage, keep an eye on the Cypher Jewel at spawn.
The floods come in, but the flash is amazing from Techno. Udo caught out in the open. DC's gonna find him from outside garage. 1-for-1, the trades are going in, but
yeah,
G
no
is
spike,
ready
15
for
seconds.
everything. As they flood into the site, force the spike to be dropped, and time is against
Last
OG
player
here.
standing.
They
10
cannot do
seconds left.
anything.
Yeah, tempted.
I couldn't really
Tempted to
see
go
what
for it.
really was
Okay,
happening
this was nicely
on
done,
the site.
but so Udatan,
Yeah.
again, the first
The
80% of the
crucial
round was
thing
incredible.
that
Like the
spike was
re-clear of
stopped
the
from being
drone
planted
push,
because
that was the reason they had
after
so many
the
people here
breach,
for this.
Omen still got in there and
The
people
push
tried to
itself
plant,
is like
or not
not great again,
somebody else was
but
trying to plant.
the first
Yeah, I think
80% of like re-clearing this one in the
just
round.
stopped like just before the spike went down, and at that point the round kind of became irrecoverable. But it's a massive round for GE. Obviously, investing the breach ult there, but getting the
No,
100 security
GE's defenses look
response,
good.
is a pretty good trade.
Like GG's defenses actually
Yeah,
look good for sure.
They've taken out a little bit more cash as well.
What would I
Both
rather
teams
he
still gonna be,
do
I'm
is
pretty sure,
break
easy to,
trip and
buy
chill.
up in this round.
Like again, it's just pressure. They
Well,
got to
Udo's
react.
push, of
They
course,
got to
should give them
focus on the
quite a
spike.
bit of
You
information.
just like if
I
you
think
can
that
break
was
trip,
actually what won them the
chill for like
round
3
with,
seconds. No one pushes
eventually.
you, and then you go.
If he hadn't
But then
pushed
you're
out C,
breaking
they would have
the
still been confused
the
about
people
whether or
over
not this is
towards
gonna
site
be,
as they're
an open
panicking.
hit on any part of the map.
But he,
For now,
I
since
get his
OG
thought
actually
process.
got
He's
on
going
the
early
side,
because of the time.
pretty convincingly. Udo's gone back and he's gonna
There's
wait
been a
for
couple
the
of rounds where they
flank to
can
come
break
in
trip
here.
and chill. Dude, what a weird round at the moment. All 5 locked into site, no map control. They drone, they got a push spawn.
They clear out the left side, but the Rolling Thunder comes in to stop this flank.
One of the
And
weirdest
OG
rounds ever.
now
4
need to push
defense
in
people.
CT. Udo's gonna get one, but that's the only trade. 4-man flank. Can they actually make this retake happen?
Yeah, time is crazy, and then they need to get in, start the season here soon.
Scanning ahead.
Last player standing.
DC caught at the outside position.
Honestly,
He wasn't in the right angle.
I just don't think they expected 4 people from long. They just didn't expect Garage to be clear.
Don't really lose players on that flank because I feel like if they had lost Patrick Hu there, it would have been really.
Yeah, it kind of worked the 4-person push behind because there was no info like here. It was like there was pressure from here anyway, so the whole time, even though there's 4 people coming from here, they just felt like it was a crossfire.
That's what we want to see from him more often. It's like
Ranked round, it was a weird round. I like that they did a
full
4-1 though. Might have been something to do with the ults on attack. I'm not entirely sure.
Yeah, it's a really fine line.
I think it's like an anti-breach ult maybe, because they don't want to get breach ulted on A because they have too much util for the after plant, so they go 4-1 aggro and just fight the Mali or go behind Ali. Dude, he definitely have a good defense.
You're just gonna walk out towards garage.
Everything they're doing is like first original decision, like the original call from the IGL has been good every single time.
There comes the ultimate, but he's gonna be caught out. Venka too quick.
That ult, man. That ult, man. Just insta gives him after the classic shot.
Okay,
Alright, we're gonna have
it's
to
a
scrap for another
4v4.
one. Crystal's low too.
The Omen is still alive on defense, so they got to play a little bit over towards site. We got 2 people that can kill the Omen, and 2 people that can play after plant. Then they distract on site, and then Omen can play as well. It's a really hard retake.
Put down here, but Venka, he's missed on default outside. Recon perfect. Techno's gonna get a trade though. Venka still finds one.
Last
And
player
GE
standing.
just not in the right position to find those trades for themselves. Somehow Venka was stunned, recon, and he still got away with 1 kill there. That was not supposed to happen.
Yeah, great timing by Techno. I mean, he just hit the time perfectly, came out 1 tap, and that was kind of the round.
Oh gee, they played it well. They did the most, like 4v4 after plant. That is probably the setup that I would want, something similar to what they did. Like especially as they don't want to risk going back site because they didn't have anything to block vision, I think. Yeah, that was a nice round from OG.
So, you know, give us more rounds. Give us more rounds.
Fair enough. We need to play as
What's
many
the score?
rounds as possible.
Dude, okay. We get to 11-11, and honestly, everyone with a dot next to them can't buy next.
But hey,
So,
of course, this is not the end of it, right?
I'm not saying this is going to decide everything, but pretty give you a good advantage to just close it out. Got op over towards short first time they bring it out.
Gonna deny OG any form of contact as they set up the op here. Oh,
Very
gonna
nice.
give him a great piece.
What's up, Rex? How we doing? 5 in a row as well.
Kill. He's
Respect.
gonna take out DC, and that's gonna bar any backlines being held by OG. Now the pushes can be done even more faster, and that's gonna actually force OG to actually, you know, run into the B side because they need now
I'm pretty
form of,
good.
map control
To find
having
the
lost
gap.
DC. And
Big
Venka,
Joe.
a little too aggressive, but he's ready for it. Saw the knee.
Honestly, Kelly-S with lower ping there might win that.
And that's gonna be the trade that they needed.
Yeah, Kelly-S was pretty ready for the push.
Yeah, another scrappy round here. Good playmaking by Venka to capitalize on the gap there. I mean, it looked like Kelly had it, but Venka was too fast.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure on
He's
on
going
LAN,
for another opportunity.
Kelly wins that.
Oh, here we go. We've got Patrick with his own ultimate here. Yugo's taking out Hella, and it's gonna be Tenkano. He takes him out. The flash is amazing, but he's gonna get traded off. Yudo wants to secure this round no matter what. He's got Crystal to support him. Close recon clears it out, but Hoax is in the lower end of the map here. Stun's gonna prevent them. They're going out for the fight here. Venka gets traded out.
Damn,
Crystal
nice
with the
shots,
clutch
dude.
once again.
Crystal's got 2 1v2s. It's been huge from him. Crystal's looking great. And Crystal's calling in this team, right, chat? His like original plan every single time has been really good.
You know, first time this team's playing, and I'm already stressed out.
Is he not calling?
I mean,
Kelly-S is calling? Oh, okay.
strap in.
Okay. But then Kelly-S is calling has been
It's
good.
gonna be a
And then
long
Crystal's
season.
bragging heavy.
Well, I hope it is, man. I hope we play more than just, you know, the regular season games. I want to be more stressed, you know, if we're going to Masters.
Show match?
I'd love to
Yeah,
be
they're
stressed
playing
at
like
Masters
they're playing
or
6
at
show matches.
Champions.
It's
That's
just to
where
get the
we wanna be
team
stressed.
practice.
But yeah, timeout here from OG. Great. Honestly, they did a group
Venka? Yeah,
job
Venka
of
looks good.
getting the trace that they did. But that final clutch from Crystal was everything. Hoax maybe should have stood and fought there.
Crystal's
I'm
been
not sure
secondary
why he
caller.
decided to just kind of walk away into the cubby corner. And that
The
kind of
ping,
actually gave
yeah.
Crystal what he needed.
That was like
perfect
what
fight
the. There's
against
been a couple of
Venka,
duels that have been
and
decided
then
from high
a
ping, but
retreating Hoax that he killed off right in transition.
at least they're both
And
on
now
similar
match
ping.
point for GE.
I would run away from Crystal too. Apparently, this guy was like #2 ranked Muay Thai fighter of his age group in like all
Really?
of Russia or something like that.
Wait,
Apparently,
what?
yeah, he's
That's wild.
supposed to be a
Wait, is
bully
Nats here?
at throwing fists. So I can't fault arrangement.
Oh, is he behind me again?
Trying to duck and hide there at the end.
Probably looking, dude. He's probably
Well,
wants to get his
fair
head. I literally need to go find him after this and ask if he actually needs his headset back.
You know, words around Crystal. He's the GOAT. Simple as that, Crystal. You're
Lock
gonna be
in.
watching this after the game.
Right
You are
there.
the GOAT. I would love an autograph. Please don't punch me if I say something about your plays.
Okay, one chance to finish it off, and we have recon into
Interesting
server or
turnaround.
into
The
push.
C side being
Wait.
pressured this time. And OG in a bit of a
Oh, a little bit late.
weird buy. Of course, it is the last round. They
Well,
didn't really
but we
have
got
economy,
Spike,
and
and we can
there's the
still
first
hold with the
pick.
one way. It was kind of
And
nice, right?
begin
One
the
way
game.
into
Spike
recon
picked
into
up
server
just
or
about a second.
maybe the server should have been more
Patrick
ready for the
not
scan
managed that
because
kill there, but that's
people can
forced
hide
OG
here in
to run
reaction
into
to
the
them
A side,
pushing.
where they've
Like the
got
server wanted to
Udo
rotate and kind of
and
miss the
I'll
timing
be
a little
waiting
bit.
for them. He's gonna be stunned, gets away from it as well. Doesn't need to commit any shouted steps. Now he will. But OG really keen on pushing this corner, it seems.
Yeah, this is a nice little call. Sort of like a
Big Joe's, big 1v1s.
force him into a trap.
Yo,
Big
don't do it.
advantage for GE.
Just chill.
Needs to close this one out.
Yeah, Patrick was on the flank. As soon as the Neural revealed him, he decided to just trail back towards A-Link. But the Spike is actually traveling towards C right now. They're going to just let DC do all the dirty work, but they've not spotted him. They've actually not spotted him.
Yeah.
He's going to peek
Whoa.
out. Oh my god!
Honestly,
DC.
again, another
Okay,
Joel
I
that was
really didn't
like
expect it to
on
do
LAN.
that,
I'm not
but
sure.
that makes it a 2v2.
I'm pretty sure the
And
Oppo
he's
wins
gonna
that.
open up the C side. This
That's just the
confirms
70
that
ping
100%
swing.
is gonna be the A hit, but no, DC's gotten away, and Hell will get a free plant here. It's gonna be a retake on the opposite side of Haven.
That's what it was
For
like
Global
playing
Esports
against
to
Turkish players when we played at the
secure
beginning of the
that
game. And like none of us really understood how much the swing advantage was. And we were just like, why are we just getting so wrecked? We just thought like in the game you couldn't hold angles, but it was honestly just a ping thing.
Started the team. They were like week 1, and these guys were duo queuing.
Patrick has 34 ping. Yeah, but the other person has 70 ping still. It doesn't matter.
They do have a lot of util. They've got a bunch of stuff available for Kelly-S. They've cleared off the site pretty much completely. So now this is confirmed either garage or long. The tap, making sure that they clear it. Cubby, stun from Hella. He's gonna swing out of the back of that. It's gonna be a 1v1 now. It's a Cypher against the Breach. The stun is perfect. It's not gonna give him anything more. He can at least half defuse this. He's gonna take the fight. Kelly-S.
Damn, okay, very nice. Dude, honestly, if you're GE, you'll probably take this. There's a lot of rounds to learn from here. And they also got practice against a team that like preps heavy, like pushes heavy on defense.
Regulation was played out completely as Global Esports will secure Haven.
Hey, let's go. We'll take our
And
first
then
official
what
map
is the
win.
next? Sunset,
It
right?
was not the cleanest
Two
game
good
I've ever
clutches.
seen, but
Yeah, I mean,
at the same
GE
time,
got
it's
bailed out
still
by Crystal a
W,
little bit,
and
right?
that means that we're up one map, which
Yep.
means
That Venka guy's
we
pretty
have
good.
the opportunity to kind of close this one out as a clean 2-0. But I don't know. I mean, great game from
No
from
first bloods,
Orangutan as
though.
well. Venka obviously stand out with the kills on the Neon, but overall, all of OG played quite well. Like I said, their proactivity was really nice. They were definitely catching GE sleeping quite a bit. And so I think we have to be ready for that.
Not bad.
Going forward in the series.
Let me.
Can't
I can
sleep on
upload
this
this
team at all.
VOD, right? Should be right.
Absolutely. I think one of the biggest things that you could
Okay,
take
chat.
away from this game is
Hopefully.
even that when we looked at the scoreboard, right?
I mean, I've only got time for a 2-0.
You
Wait, which
saw,
VOD is?
there were G players at the top. Just Wenka, of course, he's on the top. The rest of the G
VOD
team
is
was
the right VOD.
actually doing well, but it goes to
No.
the fact to show that the kills for the first, probably first 15 rounds were not as effective for Global Esports, whereas OG were really solidly playing.
Yeah,
as a
what's this
team,
tournament
at least in
called?
that
Just
first
GE
half.
Face Off,
Even in
right?
the second, they set up Venka for great duels. He was doing all the brunt work.
Prolly, thank you so
even
much for
though
the
he
9 months.
actually
Thank you
had no
for doing
first
that.
bloods in this game, which is kind of surprising to
That's
me.
crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
A lot of the work, of course, seems to be done by Techno and DC, the only players who actually gotten the first bloods for their team. But it's actually surprising when you look at the scoreboard, and if you didn't see the actual scoreline of the game, you would actually think that G won this on a more,
Pumps for SVL. I haven't got
level.
pumps for
It
any
seems
of
like
the
it
other
would be a
ones yet.
13-7
We've got pumps for
game,
home
considering they've
ground.
got 4 players, getting the number of kills that they
Pumps
want.
for Saw, which is tomorrow.
Yeah, I mean, there were definitely
And
quite a few
then
mistakes
SVL
from
in the
GE.
Asia tournament, I'm
Obviously
just waiting to hear back.
16 out of the first duels. And
GE
only winning
legit.
13 rounds
Their
is
their
not great,
defense had a lot
as
of
far as the
mistakes.
conversion goes, but,
Sorry,
I
their
mean, it
attack
was
had a lot of
just good
mistakes. Their
game back and
defense was
forth,
pretty
lots
good.
of sort of like small moments and timings that were taken that
So
pulled the
a
momentum
good
one way or
mix
the
of
other, right?
both
We
on
saw-
that
we
map.
saw
But again, every
multiple
map's like
thrifties,
different
we
in
saw
terms
a
of
lot
teams.
good sort of
You always view
rounds that
teams
were
different on every
looking
single
like
map.
they were going to go one way, and
Lunatic
then
30 as
one
well.
player would
Thank you,
make a
thank you.
really
Appreciate
nice
that.
play to pull it back the other way. So yeah, it makes me excited for map 2. I mean, it's
Okay,
be
chat. I'm just
probably
gonna.
a similar type
I'm
of
just
game,
gonna
right? Because Sunset is a
be
very
right
well-known
back.
map at this point. A lot
I'll
of the
leave
comps
the
are very
broadcast
similar.
on. I'll turn it up a little bit
It's
for
gonna be
you.
another map where you got a default.
I gotta go see if Nuts
And
needs his
proactivity
headset.
is very, very
Then maybe
important to
we-
kind of like close the map down and make sure you've
Maybe I'll
got the
find another
rotations
one.
in the right spot.
Agreed. Well, we're gonna see hopefully a lot more
Okay,
of
back in a
that
little bit.
on Sunset. We've got it, of course, coming up next. Honestly, even though Global Esports did win this game, and they might have momentum going into the second one, maybe to kind of pick it up a lot more, give themselves more leeway to be more proactive. But I seriously do hope that even this game is gonna give us a bit more of a fight. We see a war between these two teams, because it's been entertaining, right? It's been really entertaining between these two teams. A lot of what OG have been doing has actually challenged Global Esports in a good way to maybe rectify those things when you guys check these games afterwards.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, like the only thing that matters to me and to Juvenile and to the team is winning during the season, right? I know that it's like, yeah, obviously we want to win every match. We want to win these matches.
Yep.
We don't want, I mean, I'm just going to be straight up. We don't want to be the team that came out and picked no Indian players and then lose to an Indian team. That's not a good look for us, right? I can be very honest with you guys. And so we, especially because we trialed Venka, we trialed Techno, right? Like we picked people over them, right, for this team. And so if they beat us, it's not a good look.
Absolutely.
And I can be honest about that. But at the same time, the results of this have zero bearing on what our year is going to be, right?
Absolutely.
And so every game is just an opportunity to learn and get better.
Well, let's have a look and hear from the coach himself. Dewey, what are your thoughts about this game? Please tell us, what do you think?
Yeah, man, it was obviously a close match. First game jitters, stuff like that. But dub's dub, bro. I don't really care how you get the dub as long as you win, bro. I'll tell you right now, when the record in the season, if we get a win, 2-1, it's 16-18 every single match. No one's gonna care as long as the record says W.
Yeah, I agree.
Yep.
There were a lot of times though, we noticed that the team, even though they were getting the frags that they were supposed to, they were caught out in positions at times where OG kind of forcefully put them in. Did you expect them to be this proactive, be this aggressive, and kind of push you back?
Yeah, I mean, I told you, I watched their matches beforehand, and I mean, they're obviously good, and they play the right way, they do the right things. Like I'm telling you, just from watching one Icebox, I can tell you that they're an
Mhm.
organized team. Like whoever their coach is, definitely understands the game, and they understand the game as a whole. But at the end of the day, yeah, man, like we talked about this already pregame. Jin G only beat R&T 13-10. So if we win this 13-11 at the end of the season, we make 2 Masters and a Champions. I'm good, bro. I don't care about the off season 13-11. You know.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
What
Elevated.
what did you
Yeah.
what did you say in that timeout? Because
Yeah, I
the
was gonna
switch
ask that.
got flipped a little bit after that one.
To stop, to just play aggressive. Just stop being pussy. Stop being afraid to be aggressive.
All right. I
Word.
mean,
And
it kind of worked out, didn't it?
Yeah,
and
yeah.
who
We
called
definitely
that
started
last
playing more
round? That
confident.
last round was nice.
That last time was okay. We called time. They had a timeout, right? So the right before then,
Yeah.
yeah, I called to do the whatchamacallit play. Our slide
We,
play.
we just call it that. That'll
Yeah,
be
yeah, yeah.
that'll be the name of it. Watch McCall play.
Yeah, I mean, I told you I'm bad with
Love
names,
it.
even strat names. They knew what I meant, and they ran it the right way. We did good. Everything worked out perfect. And so yeah, it was good.
All right. Well, we've got another map coming up, Sunset. Maybe they're going to be playing the Neon once again. I'm not quite sure. I'm just going to have a quick look at what they have recently played. They've got an interesting comp there as well. I think actually it's a pretty much exact same comp. They're going to be playing the Breach, Neon, Cypher, Omen. So that's the last one they played in the previous tournament. And what do we expect? Are you ready for them to be the same proactive OG self, or are you guys going to trying to push them back the same way?
Well, first off, I don't trust anything you say anymore because you told me they play Fnatic comp, and that was not Fnatic comp.
Hey,
But
hey.
no, in all reality, yeah, I expect them to play the same meta comp because that's that is the meta. And I think we're gonna be playing better this game. Like we started playing better towards the end of that match. They obviously had some nice clutches. We had a couple mistakes still. But I think we'll be playing better on the Sunset. And I think hopefully make the fans happy.
Well, we're waiting for the same as well. It has been a pretty close game so far. Tell me one good thing that you think OG have done that kind of you feel like threw the team off. What was the one good thing that OG did?
Bro, I'll tell you right now, Hoax impressed the heck out of me. I thought Hoax was very good. He had a bunch of 2Ks. He seemed like he was hard to trade. He had some good util usage in general. So yeah, I think just in general, I mean the talent is definitely there. I mean Techno, Hoax, and Vinka, I think are all really really good players. And yeah, like they're like I said, their overall play style is what I feel like is quote unquote the correct way to play.
Right.
Tell Crystal, nice clutch.
Yeah, nice
Yeah,
clutch.
he
Yeah.
saved us. He saved us there, bro. He saved. Not gonna lie, he saved us.
Hopefully, these kind of situations don't pop up too often. We're gonna need one player to stand up and clutch. But Elevate, we spoke about this as well. There was a lot of the rounds were not particularly clean. Because they were caught out in positions where OG were peeking out at the right time to actually find them off guard. Like for example, that round just before when Juvenile called out the timeout. When I think it was Patrick as well as Crystal who were caught off guard on Heaven with Venka taking that double kill. A lot of these times, Patrick also went without checking corners. So what are some things that you saw in this game that you think need to be fixed, apart from, of course, the corner checking?
Definitely. You're elevated.
And that's for Elevate.
Yeah, elevated.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, honestly, listen, I kept saying this during the cast. Patrick, who is he's a noob. He's an absolute noob, and he's gonna have to make a bunch of mistakes and learn from them, and that's just how it is. Like we saw some moments of brilliance from him as well. His movement is so crazy on the Neon. He's doing a lot of crazy things for us, and he's fearless no matter what. Sometimes he's too fearless, and he's got to figure out where that line is.
Coach, we spoke about this, Juvie. as well, right? You know, when we were having a conversation, you told me that Patrick, you know, he's got that potential, but slight bit of tweaks here and there. Have you got somebody in game, like, you know, kind of who's looking after him? Have you, you know, told somebody like Poppy or Crystal, you know what, you know, just kind of, you know, just stay along with him, you know, be a buddy system for him, or is Patrick allowed to do what he wants and he kind of tell the team?
It's a little bit of Kelly sort of directing him, and then in general, like this goes for anybody on any team. Like you follow the blue-haired character, just stay next to the blue-haired character. Where he goes, you go, and that goes for our entire team. And that's how, you know, the scaling, trading, all that stuff needs to work. But yeah, it was not clean play, but at the end of the day, like I said, man, like a dub's a dub. Though I honestly do not care if it was 13-11 or 13-3. It makes no difference to me.
Fair enough. All right. And now that we're heading on to Sunset, are you confident that you're going to finish this off a 2-0? Or are we going to see Pearl? Do you want to see Pearl?
2-0. I think it's going to 2-0.
All right.
And as I said, I think you'll see a better GE on this map. First map, too. This is the first time we've played together in any kind of official, and even though it's not super duper official, this is the first time any kind of official we've been inside of, and you know, first game jitters is always a normal thing.
Agreed, absolutely. Thank you, Juvie, so much for joining us. We're going to let you get back to the team. All the best for Sunset.
Bye, guys.
See ya.
Well, Elevated, that was, I would say it was, you know, a difficult game to watch, especially if you were hoping for G to kind of, you know, do wonders here. But hey, like he said, 13-11, 13-1 doesn't matter. It is the first game as well. Literally the first ever time somebody's seeing these 5 players play together, you know, on the big screen, especially, of course, with all the stuff that's happening around them. Sunset, what are your thoughts? Do you expect GE to close it out here?
Yeah, I think we will. We've played a lot of Sunset.
Mm-hmm.
It's a map, again, that I think everybody understands how to play at this point. And I think it's a map that, again, kind of comes down to like very similar play patterns to what we just saw in Haven, right?
Chat,
like,
what's up?
It's the A shutdown,
Lunatic, I don't know if I said
and
thank
then
you, but
got
thank
the
you.
anchor on B a lot of the time.
Yep.
Thank you for the tier 1.
B post plant stuff is definitely worse than
Dude, I couldn't
used to
find
be,
that,
which is a
so
good thing.
grow
But
good.
it still kind of exists. And yeah, I mean, it's a map
Hello,
that
Ben. How are we doing?
I've seen a huge
things,
amount of
Ben?
impact from Crystal on. I think that Crystal and Patrick, who are going to be my impact players in this map.
Well, we're going to find out, ladies and gentlemen. We're heading into Sunset in just a couple
Nats
of
is
seconds.
lurking. Yeah, that's why I couldn't find
Agent's
him.
going to be coming
Solid
up
lurk once again.
as we speak, because we're going to see if OG, are they going to stick true to their word as they did before? Because last time they've played, hey, in my defense, they've
I
played
remind
that,
you of ISO.
Fnatic
What annoying
Cup
is
quite a few times, all right?
Map.
I didn't know they're going to be
Yes.
throwing a curveball, right? Could be maybe here.
Just
let's
the hair,
find out.
right,
Let's head
I
into
guess.
the agent's leg. What have OG got in store for
All
us
good.
here?
Yeah, all good here as well, man.
I think it's going to be another mirror match, to be honest. Although maybe we'll see the KO instead of the breach.
My looks
They
different
did
today.
win
I'll
the
do that. I
previous-
just
the
woke up
previous
and went on a
iteration.
flight. I haven't done anything with it.
I mean,
Yeah,
they've
I
messed
mean,
around.
it's just
They've messed around
looking
with the
like a
KO,
mop,
but the
dude.
breach
Looking-
is
looking
the most
mushroomy.
recent, and I think Hello's probably gonna go for the breach itself.
Just neon
yeah,
on
I mean,
neon.
it's just a good comp on the map. Obviously, Neon's
Any
crazy,
games tomorrow?
and Breach
Yeah.
is a good enabler.
There's-
so it's a good enabler for Neon as
there's
well.
this.
And then Omen and Cypher are
And
just
then
the best
there's
in slot,
Saw
in their particular
qualifier.
roles.
I'm gonna watch
I think
both.
That,
No, I'm not gonna watch both.
again,
I'm
like,
flying
like
for the
most
GE
meta
game,
comps, there's
so
ways to
I can't
attack
watch that
this, but
But I'll watch
when
the
you have a
Saw
Neon that's in
qualifier.
the current state, I mean, I personally,
Because I think
like
MC's
broken
team's
things. I
playing.
think it's fun to play around with them in the meta, but
Oh, true.
when you've got a
Should be
really
fun.
strong character, you should just run the character.
How does
a lot
GE
of the
look?
time.
What do you
Rough on
feel about
attack
ISO?
of
Do you feel like
Haven.
ISO is still,
Good on
kind of
defense of
viable,
Haven. So
or is he
bit of
kind of,
mix
just
of
kind
both.
of washed into the background? He had a really small meta era. Now he's he's kind of being picked a little more.
same
What do you
comp.
feel
Yeah,
about ISO?
behind my head is
So I think the main
Cypher.
thing is that
Oh, yeah, it's literally the Haven
every
comps
agent
as well.
is
You're not
viable
wrong.
in certain situations.
Mhm.
I just think that what you give up by playing an ISO currently is too much on most maps.
Okay.
And it's one
SAOR.
of those agents where like you literally need to be dropping 30 kills currently in the current state of the agent in the meta. You have to get 30 kills in ISO, otherwise I'd rather play a different agent.
Chat, there's a chance I have to do media midway through this.
Well,
So
we're
we'll
heading
see.
into
But I think we might be
Sunset,
right.
And you just mentioned
we're
about
done in
that
an hour,
B-side
we're good.
change, right? You saw the post plan.
The
It's
NA
become a
tier
lot
2
more
thing?
worse,
Yeah,
which
that's
is
the
a
one.
good thing. Tell me about what you feel about that entire
Who
team.
are
You've
Global
got
playing
those
tomorrow,
boxes
chat?
now set up, which creates a lot more angles to check when you're coming on the retake, and stuff like that. The plant has been made a little bit easier. It's a little more safer to get that plant down every time when you want to go to default. How, when it first came out, when you first saw it, what was your initial thought? What did you
Wait, they play
think about
EDG
how
tomorrow?
could it be played around? Is it more defensive friendly,
Oh,
or is it
that's
more
devastating.
attack friendly still?
It's definitely defensive friendly, just because
That's true.
the attackers have
Someone
to
said rare atom,
land
but
in a worse spot.
it gets
they're
revealed day
incentivized
by
to
day.
play
Okay.
more on site, which on this map in the
Got
current
one
meta
guy
is
to
not
do.
great, 'cause you
I'll
just
read
get
every chat these days.
absolutely annihilated by utility.
Unless they're mods.
When people retake.
Yeah.
I think that. I
It
mean,
was
it's good. I kind of don't like this map, if I'm being honest.
Chat, it was
At first-
was it
at first I
Venka
like this map
with the
quite a bit,
909
but now
gameplay? Did you
I
say?
feel like it's
Like
getting a little
909
bit stale, and the
level,
flow
sorry?
patterns are not that fun. I think that middle is kind of useless a lot of the time, and I like
Techno.
basically.
Okay.
Here-
I mean,
here's the
Techno
thing.
looked pretty good still.
If you see a team constantly splitting through market, they're probably going to lose the map. Is basically what I've come to realize. If a team is constantly splitting through market, they're probably
Yeah.
getting rolled. And so yeah, it's really like all about how you play around like the B main and A main control, and then utilize mid to some extent, but you can't rely on mid too much.
Do you feel like the current comp that both these teams are playing? You're the
Smurf
one
is
who
level
has a look at the
250 as
win rate
well?
percentage.
No
Have you
way.
seen any other comp
Wait,
be good at this map?
this guy's
except for
out
what
here
we're seeing right
grinding
now?
to the next
What would you
level.
tweak or change in these 5 agents?
So I haven't looked at win rates since the neon
No,
buffs.
that's
and
actually
sort of,
impressive.
Like, the big gravitational pull.
I
in
wonder
meta
how
right
many
now.
hours you'd have to do to kind of average that. Probably
So,
averaging at least 8
I know there's other good
a day
comps, like you
since
can play
release.
Viper on this map, you can play Harbor on this map, you can play Astra.
He started
you
as
can play
gold.
Sage. Like we saw Paper X do some.
Wait, is
cool
this his
stuff on
first game,
map.
or
They were
did he come from
the
another
best
game?
Sunset team all of last year, and they were playing KO and Sage and some weird stuff. And so I
Ayless, good to
assume
see you,
that could
dude. How's
probably
things?
still work also. But the main thing is that I think
It's
Raze is
around
probably in the
4 to
weakest stage she's ever
5,000
been in,
hours.
and Neon is in the strongest stage she's ever been in. And both agents
bad.
are very good on a map like
First
this,
FPS
where
game.
the utility can like take up a huge chunk of the mains and get value a lot of the time that you throw it. But yeah, I mean, there's so many possibilities on every map because there's so many pieces
Honestly,
you can
Ayless,
use. Like I would love to
respect that
see
massively.
some team run Yoru on this map. I'd love
I wish
to see
I
some
ever slept
Chamber on
today.
this map. I'd love to see
That would have actually been awesome.
again some Viper. Like we haven't seen Viper in a while. I feel like Viper's really kind of fallen out of the meta, even though she's not that bad. And Astra
The
get
flashing lights are distracting. Yeah, it's on purpose.
Yep.
Trying to mess up his players.
On me personally, I love Astra. I think it's a really unique agent. It's a really great skill set. That you need to hone yourself around. You need to find so much. You can do so much with Astra.
Do
It's
I
almost,
believe that
like you've
GE
got a
11-2
third
to Paper X in
initiator,
scrims?
to play
Yeah,
in.
dude,
But
anything
hey,
can happen
all
in
that
scrims.
talk can be saved for later, because right now we've got mirror comps as the game's begun, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be Global Esports and Attack once again, as they will be fighting for a 2-0.
Who are Global on Attack? Yeah, okay. OG on defense, Global on Attack. Let's see again. Global's attack on Haven needed some work. So, if it's like more of an attack thing or just a map
Just
thing.
get about touch DC, brings him down to 80. Softens him up a bit, but that market
Kind of like the
push
strat
coming
though.
in, they're gonna run straight in.
4-1 split, the one over towards
my
main. The axe big.
Okay,
Dude,
that's just-
the stun though
That's
from the
just happened.
breach.
All right,
The stun
they-
from the breach, chat, was
counter
incredible.
Stun from Helif was absolutely
Yeah, no, it really was.
maniacal. It got
The caster's talking about the right
everybody,
thing.
and the rest was just hoax to get a 3K for clean.
Yeah, actually, the stun actually hit all 3, right?
Like I said, I'm gonna repeat this. Hopefully, never again while GE is playing. If a team is constantly splitting through market, they're probably not going to win this map. It is what it is. It's a tough. It's like the tiniest choke point on the entire map, and the other team has 2 stuns.
Yeah. Crystal's the only one left. He's going to be stunned as well. There comes the flank. He's going to get at least 1.
Yeah. I mean, nice pistol
That's
from
all they
OG.
find this round, Global Esports.
That stun just
apart
changed
from,
everything though.
Damage being dealt, but that round was really well read from OG. They were almost ready for it. They knew exactly what was going to happen the minute they saw G gonna be entering.
You need to
in,
bait
but
at the
yet
stun
it
before
was-
running through
that
here.
stun was
Yeah,
ready from
I mean,
LF.
there's a lot of
He
positions where
had
the
5
breach can be
assists
to
in the
stun
first
this.
round itself.
I don't know, they got a little bit unlucky. It's not the worst strat ever, right?
Yeah.
It's drone
Good thing
over
that,
towards A
Cisco
main
found
4
it.
here, so you think that
That
the
would
people
be,
are following the
fair for
drones, so you're not
GG.
expecting
If
4.
LF had gotten as
But
much impact as he
honestly,
actually had in
the
that
stun
round.
just... There's one in the round.
Well, Venka keen on deleting any sort of A control from Global Esports, but this one-way smoke's going to hold him off as Global Esports keen to actually regain that. The stun goes through, and that's going to allow...
Dude, the frenzy is
Patrick
interesting.
to kind of
If Fnatic
get
used to
into
do
his
this,
elbow. He does have only a frenzy.
then
No
they
bucket to
stopped
just kind of
pretty...
slide into their faces
I mean, it lasted
and
for like 3
one-tap
weeks,
them,
maybe.
As Venka's going to hold on to this elbow angle, and he's ready for the
Yeah,
fight.
pre-round he had the Bucky. Pre-round, he had
Frenzy
the
with a
Bucky,
neon,
but he
though,
was
I
not
kinda
gonna
get
have
it.
to buy in the next one, so good discipline actually from Patrick Hu there. Patrick IQ in the server.
60, 70 high for a pro game? Yeah. But it's like so much. They're just trying to get crack at the moment, basically.
Just yet. He's still on 100 HP. Not sure what exactly.
There was only like
maybe
2
the recon
big
come in.
duels that were decided by ping
Crystal's
on the other map, in my
ready.
opinion.
There it goes. That's gonna send him in, but Venka stops him right at the track. The stun is perfect as well. Global Esports in a bit of a tight spot here. The shock dart's doing so much damage.
Dude, I mean,
And
the
the
shocks
triple
have
stack
chunked
from
them.
OG.
I like that
Really
no
good
one's
stuff.
overstepping, they're still holding together.
One for one, but
Whoa,
Kelly,
my god,
he
dude.
finds 3 with the
Why is
classic.
Breach looking
He's
like
gonna
the
be able
best
to
agent
pick
in
it
the
up.
game?
No, he's not gonna be able to pick it up. It's gonna be hell
Dude, Breach actually is looking like the best agent in the game. Breach is involved everywhere.
A little too close for OG there. Kelly did God's work with that 3K.
Dude, no one turned a Breach
Call
flash.
those, good damage round. Good damage round for GE.
Okay, give me this. You know, there must be a percentage, like, you know, above which. How many players do you need to get in an eco to call it, you know, it's a good round? Botting if you don't win.
2, 3.
I usually feel like 3. I
Three?
feel
Okay.
like 3 kills. But it kind of depends on the other team's buy,
Damn.
right? Because if they're doing
Gotcha.
a buy that doesn't have like 5 rifles, then sometimes they can just pick it up and it doesn't really matter.
Back. And the back.
But on defense, usually teams are buying all the way up, and so if you can kill 3, it's pretty good.
I like this from Orangutan though. Either heard or someone from middle called that the shock was coming in, so he picked up the trip.
Towards A main here. They've got Udo
That hit?
waiting
No,
for
no,
them.
he picked up the trip.
He's got
I
his
think they
trip
called
right
the
set
middle
up
that
as
was
well,
flying
which he
through the
did
air.
right before seeing
Oh,
that
nice.
shock dart
Dude,
come in.
Orangutan's gonna be
Takes
great.
out Hell of a bit of
I reckon like second half of the year, Orangutan's gonna be really good.
Initiator. One more spot. Venka's been given a taste of his own medicine, although he does get 1 kill in that altercation. 4 versus 2. They've got 1 player to fight off on this B side, who is currently sitting in their spawn region. That's going to be Hoax. And they got the Sheriff to play with. He's going to be stunned. And that's the B side taken on by Global Esports.
Yeah, so far a pretty nice clean round. Don't give up any guns here, and I will be very happy as a coach.
Techno does have a Phantom.
Yeah,
and
I mean,
he's known to
an
be
extra death would be pretty
a
devastating, to be
great
honest.
player in these kind of situations. Could call him.
Wait, is that a
when
good or a bad
needed
thing,
in
Saint?
these dire situations. He could get 1. Nope, not going to happen.
Yeah, nicely done.
Kelly is going to deny him any sort of frags. That's going to be the first round for Global Esports. Pretty solid round, just a 1.
Like
death
it? Okay,
on
well,
their
there we
part
go.
From that B main. Due to Venka. That's
Dude, this
gonna be
PC's
it.
melting.
As,
Get some
OG
fans
now
on this
after a full
PC.
buy coming in.
Yep, Kelly 2 off of ult. Crystal 1 off of ult. Pretty big timing coming up. Benko 1 off of his ult here. Could be a difference maker as well.
Alright, big buy rounds. We got all of them can't buy, one
this
can't
map
buy.
is very, very much about ult management, in my opinion.
Well, early B control, it seems. DCE, he's the only one on that B side. He does
Okay,
have support
no one shoots
by
the
Hoax,
recon.
but,
Dude, what is this recon?
Hoax right now more concerned about that mid region. There is a tripwire. They're
If
protecting
that
him, and it
actually
seems like OG just want to
scans
kind of
everywhere, that's a
make
pretty
sure
nice
that the
recon.
mid region is in their control. They're not going to let G slip in any cracks towards that higher mid region. Yudo crawling into space. That drone's going to clear out anything, but Yudo's not yet been spotted. And that's probably going to give him a bit of space to crawl into, maybe find some space to work with, as GE have now taken the spike towards A. What exactly is the plan? OG now going on exploring, and Yudo
Chill.
blocks one in the
Sure,
face,
honestly,
and Kelly S gets the other,
this is teammate
and instantly GE
build
now
as well. Dude,
have gotten a
OG
3v5 man
love
advantage.
late No info mid
Yeah,
push.
it's a nice little default there from GE.
And they had no info
Breaks
here,
the
right?
info tool
And I actually think they had
for
no info A
Orangutan,
and B.
prompts them to go
It wasn't
looking
the
for
worst.
information, and then they get punished with some nice shooting from Muto, and then a good trade from Kelly as well.
Oh, great.
Oh, you saw the
kill,
ping
could
there.
not
Holy
follow
hell.
it up, though. Yudo, once again, finding what matters the most.
Oh.
That's the trade. He's
Oh,
on
I
30
thought the
HP.
shock was
Lucky to
actually
be alive.
on.
That shock dart could have taken him out.
Honestly, people shocking
OG
this
just
on
have a
retake
recon
would
work with
might
here.
actually come
This
matter. It must
Techno
be so easy
gonna
to
call in
hit
from
here
market.
and to do
They're
it
gonna create a
safely.
close corner for him just to kind of enter inside. The flash is good. Forces Hoax off his mark. Techno.
Wonder what
not
the breach
gonna be
damage is
used
like over
very
towards
well.
here as well.
Goes for the smoke deployment at that second. Maybe he misfired it at that point. But it's going to be GE's second round. It's a solid one at that too. The 2 good rounds from GE
Yeah, they got a lot of money on this one. 4 people surviving as well.
Pushing this momentum.
They just held the default
Yeah,
over towards
absolutely. I mean,
middle for
right
quite
now,
a long
I really
time.
like what I'm seeing from GE.
I wonder if
They're
they
controlling
learned
tempo
from
around.
Haven that they might
The
do this, or if
discipline
it's probably
that
not, to
Orangutan
be honest.
had
But
on Haven isn't quite there right now. 2 rounds in a row where they kind of just like walk into contact.
when is the
and
next
give
plat
away
chat?
every kill.
I got asked to do it either Tuesday or Wednesday, but I don't think a day's been decided. They also can't do Tuesday, so they might be doing it without me. I honestly have no idea.
Haven.
You'll have to ask like Sideshow or Bren or someone.
1 on Sunset. They split up right now. 2 on B, 3 on A.
Yes.
Only 1 Hero Vandal available on Hoax as he is going to be situated on the A set, and that's what they're expecting. But Global Esports right now, playing really passive on outside of B. They're just holding on for a push to come in from the B site. But one thing that I have noticed, Hoax, he's putting that shock dart towards that A main side to break the tripwire. He's actually missed it
Yeah,
twice in a row.
they really want to punish over towards middle.
Probably a good adaptation for Vito then. I assume he probably had it broken and moved it then.
Okay, double mark
Gotta be
hit,
careful
kill
of Venka
trip.
ult. That's one thing
Kill
I am
trip if they
worried
push
about
as well.
in this round.
Yeah.
Good contact though.
Yeah, this is a nice contact out here.
Pretty deep into the site. That's going to open up a little bit more. DC playing around in the
And they
smoke,
take back
hoping
site
somebody
space
crosses
as
in.
well.
Not gonna be the case.
Good shot.
Shockdart's going to give a little bit of chipping damage. Nothing
Yeah,
more.
this is gonna be interesting.
As,
Keep an eye on the luck
He's
all the way
alone
through
backside,
A.
and he might go exploring here. Venka's pushed in with the ult, but Patrick gets the
This
first
is nice
big
from
kill
GE
there.
though. We've got
Great,
1 on site to
perfect.
delay.
Patrick
Everyone
with the
else
board
playing
gets
off
the
site. They're
2,
probably gonna
but
smoke
Venka's gonna
themselves
trade it
off. We got
He's got a
luck
Vandal
as
drop
well.
to his teammate, but what they don't know is what's going to kill them, and it's Udo's position. The ult is perfect.
Yeah, and her. Whoa!
Okay, Venka.
Dude,
even
Venka's
though it
crisp.
does
That.
get it done. Absolute
Cosmetic
craziness.
stun. Come on
Yeah.
now.
Last player
crazy.
standing.
Hoax is the only one left. OG.
Okay,
have
this was nice from
this
GE though.
round. But honestly, forcing out a roll
Like
of
this is
thunder,
what we
I
were
would say,
seeing
is actually
Shopify
something
do,
good
right?
for them
One on
because
site to
wasn't
delay
Eco,
4
and
people
that
over towards
one
main. Obviously we had the
ult
luck,
from
which was really nice
Venka
time to bring this
forced
out as well, and
Kelly
through
is to
A.
call out that, rolling thunder to be deployed for Udo to actually get into proper
And then as soon as you get the go ahead that the
this
ciphers over towards here, if they
That
hit the
is
trip,
true,
then
but now Global has 3
can
ults
speed up a
and
little bit.
Orangutan has none. So, like I said, ult management gonna play a big role in this game. I'm happy to trade a Rolling Thunder for a Neon ult.
The flash, yeah, the breach flash is
I think
owning
that's an
people at the
acceptable
moment.
trade.
I don't know if that's a ping thing or not.
Shock dart.
I honestly don't think so, but
Good shock, but just about misses Hoax. They were ready
we
for
punish
it.
them to put it back. We do a similar strat to EG, just a different wall. Double. Oh, this is wait, this is nice.
Patrick missing a couple of shots. He's gonna have to.
The shots could have been better, but this was a nice strat. GE pretty drilled on this map. It looks like at the moment. They've at least got some cool stuff.
Spike planted.
As he goes back once again, this time it connects, and it's gonna probably secure GE's
Last player
round.
standing.
Crystal on the lurk from mid. He's gonna secure his first.
How'd you get
and
the
his
Vi banner?
second round as well.
Someone in chat must know.
Four from
Isn't that the
GE
arcane
as
watch party?
it seems like now they're running away with the game a little bit in the form of speed. They're just really confident.
Yeah, we're making very good decisions so far.
Yeah, I mean,
Careful there.
I feel like the
Playing-
calling's good.
We're controlling the pace of the game. Like on Haven, Orangutan was the one that was really kind of dictating what was going on, right? They were taking all the space away from G while the default
When you
was
scrim
going
against
on.
a team, how many maps do you play?
Timing,
It depends.
stuff like that.
Like normally people have like one day, which would be like it'll be like sunset, and we just focus on sunset the whole day, and you'll just play like 4 different teams on sunset, and then you can just practice everything. But then sometimes you have like prac days where you play like a best of 3 and then trying to like replicate as close to an official as you can get. So it depends a little bit. Normally days are done like into maps, and it's like 1-1-1 of different teams, but on one map. And then VODs. VOD review of it.
Sort of fights that come their way as Udo, look at his position. He's actually crawled in towards elbow. DC expecting this little creep up. Is he going to be ready for the fight though? Nope. He's just going to spot it.
They're like
away.
Neon Breach, so Cypher is meta on the majority of maps. Yeah, and then you can just switch the Breach alphas. You can say the same thing with KO. But yeah, I get you.
Yeah, the site's clear.
And
once you're part, that's going to be... Yep, elevated. You're saying?
I want everybody to remember that Udo has been playing Sentinel for like a month and a half. He's never played it before.
Gotta ping the floor, aiming for heads.
He's been pretty much a duelist
that was nice,
for
though.
his entire duration in China. And now
Keep an eye on Omen here.
Well, so
Okay, flash is good.
Breaks the trip,
Dude,
gets a flash
Orangutan is...
cannot follow it up as quickly as he would have wanted it to. Crystal regains his vision right before Techno could actually take him out. And that's left Hellas alone.
I feel like I've only seen... This would be like, what, my 5th map of watching Orangutan?
Flying away with these
I
rounds
think he's gonna be so good.
Yeah, we've got Helif with Breach Alt coming up. So that is one thing to keep an eye on as far as retakes go. Crystal saving the Hunter's Fury at the moment.
Do teams play out XVX situations? Some teams, not all of them.
1 or 2 tags at least, usually a kill. So you got to keep that in mind as well. Right now, the money is just insane for GE.
Like I know that
it's going to be a tough half for
like K-Corp, they used to play out like 2v2s, 3v2s all the time. Retakes, 2v4s. Like best setup for just like 2vx on the site, etc.
Need to kind of, restructure.
But not all teams do that. A lot of teams also just like talk through it instead of doing it.
Here, even with the lurks, or even if it is with that set play.
What makes Orangutan special? He's just very good aim.
And spawn all together.
His mechanics are pretty good.
That, leaving Patrick alone in towards the BCT side, he would have gotten taken out in my opinion, if at all. OG were a little bit more passive, but it was good to see that he was able to hold off his own there, and did follow up with a kill as well. Now OG, it seems to be that they are still going to continue with their defaults.
Neon? I mean, Neon gets enough in 2 weeks. So.
And Patrick, who is probably going to be funneled in towards elbow really quickly.
Dude.
Never mind, he's just going to
hold. We're back. My goodness. Techno's a lunatic. Whoa, for God's sake, man.
Another cosmetic stun display here as Patrick gets diabolical kill, but it's traded off instantly, so that kind of throws things into a mix. Global Esports, they'll still have control here. They're just holding on now, hoping for OG to make another mistake. Push up another player up front, seeing where Wenka is going to be peeking out from, because he's been doing that for 2-3 rounds.
Done sliding headshot. Yeah,
let's see if Global Esports is counting ultimates, because obviously Health didn't have it coming into the round, and sometimes
interact like
that kill to trigger the ult access is something that teams
won't play in a cubby when facing against a Neon.
So
that is,
somebody on G has called that out.
And, you can, like, as an Omen, like the thing was this wasn't too bad. Like, this isn't a good round, but kind of what you're saying, it does have a lot of truth behind it. Like, they're just trying to set the Omen up here, but the Omen was pretty sure it was a 1, and they were just doing their default with Cypher.
He's in the open to take a fight, will not win that one.
My IGL Breach is opening up the site.
Slides across, he's not ready for it. They double swing him, and Udo needs to be careful. He's going out too wide in the open, loses his life. Crystal will trade it back though. Hoax had to wait for DC there for
Yeah,
the
very
fight,
nice.
but not gonna be happening. Once again, OG, there are little cracks that usually come
Yeah,
up about
they're
when they
looking
play
around
these
this
kind of
map as well.
games, which are, you know, turning out to be a
Do you feel
longer
like
than usual.
OG
It's
don't look
opening
great
up
on
their
this
little
map?
weaknesses
They
there.
might have owned them with that.
2v2s
Like
when
this play
they,
from
you know,
the
end up giving
the Omen is
fights
so
that they
risky on
really
your big
don't
buy
have
rounds.
to,
Like big
is
buy rounds
kind
that
of
makes you
coming
go
into
down to an
play
eco,
here,
you hear
and
a
they need to
camera and you
fix that
still
as
just
soon as
swing for the
possible.
camera thinking it's just a default.
Yeah, I mean,
Even though there's been like
definitely
no pressure or nothing
GE
elsewhere.
is sort of winning like
Way
the
too much.
micro decision battle right now. A lot of their plays are tight and like they're not over peaking like we were seeing on Haven.
Dragging IGL. I think
They're
it,
not
dude,
really giving
his
GE
like
a lot of opportunities to like
his like
make
fast
plays,
original calls from
and
what I've seen have
sometimes
been
that's the game,
really
right? It's
nice.
like whoever makes less mistakes.
Some of the mid
Right
rounding
now, GE
needs
is
a
not
lot of
being
work,
there.
but that's sort of fine in tier 2. Like from
Yeah.
tier 2 players, they
Once again, they try
have
to
to
do
learn it a
that
bit.
B main push, maybe, you know, punish them on the back of that recon,
there.
find somebody off guard. But G were ready for it.
Where's Udatem from? Yeah,
Be
Korea.
taken out
Caution here.
one of their players. A lot of bullets being spammed here, making sure they check every corner. But Venka, he's crawling in close. He's confident with that sheriff. Maybe he can get one.
You're gonna get someone to
But
shoot it from
GE
middle.
don't want nothing to do with the B
Yeah,
side. They're gonna
I
run
think he
away.
pinged it to be
Tripper has
like,
been
can
broken on
someone
mid, so
break
that's gonna
this?
throw them in a bit of a
And they
mix-up
said no,
rotation.
then they
Well,
create
Kudos
pressure, then they
is gonna
split
keep
over
them
towards
busy
here.
as he explores A Link. He's got a tail right behind him. He will get away with the timing here, and DC has to get to minimum to win this round for the team. Not going to be the case. Patrick's going to take him out. That should be the end of this for OG.
Cage trigger.
Dude, Patrick absolutely
I mean,
sends it.
Yudo is just playing a masterful game right now in Cypher. Like he played well on Haven, and on this map he's been incredible in just finding these holds, calling the rotations back. Kelly's making a good read, and like I said, like OG is playing relatively well, but G is not making any mistakes.
It's just the pressure he
Oh,
creates.
for God's sake, man.
Okay,
What?
well, that was a great
Dude,
play.
you just get the most
But yeah,
mental
back to you,
duels
Otan.
ever.
It's
It's
the
gonna be
pressure
so
he
interesting to
creates
see
by
how
just
they
being
actually
alive,
nerf
breaking those
Neon.
tripwires, putting down a
Like, what do
cage,
they go for?
and, you know, just making sure
Like, what do you
that
actually go
OG
for?
Feel okay. You know what? There's somebody on mid. We
Dude,
cannot
every
go there
every
with
option's
utility,
pretty
or
valid.
somebody peeking out with me. We cannot take the fight one-on-one because he's been that good at making sure that the rotations are scared to go.
Yeah, I
all the
pretty
way
much
through
agree
to
with
the
every
other side.
single thing that's in chat right now. I'd be fine
Yeah,
with
I
all of
mean,
them.
that's
Maybe
a
do
huge thing,
every,
right? Like,
maybe do all of them.
I was talking about how mid is kind of useless.
One slide, yeah, we talked
It's
about one
really
slide
good for
before.
darts. It's really good
It
for creating
probably
pressure,
would make
but it's
things
not so good
better.
for the
Not
attackers
saying it
to,
would
like,
fix
actually
it,
try and
but
hit a sight through most of the time.
it just means you have to
You
like,
still have to control it.
it means you have to actually like think about what you're doing
Gotta wait. Smoke's gonna go
instead of
down.
just
He's
like
gonna-
sliding into angles and then being the
Yes!
best
Oh
then
my
being the
God,
best agent to
Matthew!
get out of stuff.
Could've
Okay, we do a
got
set
that kill
strat and we
unfortunately.
didn't
There was
actually
a
time it out, but
trade-off
honestly,
coming, though. Once
they
again,
could have maybe timed these
Techno
ults a little
being
bit
taken
better.
out by an aftershock. We did see it in the previous map as well. And Venka's already on the flank. He's got a tripwire between him and this flank.
Slide, gun,
Spot
pull out
comes through.
speed. It's like the
He's
beginning
still
of your
holding on. He actually
slide,
got
so you
that
can get
kill
punished
as
more.
Crystal
Yeah,
actually
even
just
that's
went
fine.
away towards Elbow. Now G keen on pushing onto a CT. Venka's coming the flank.
I do
Crystal
think the
ready
one
for
slide
it,
means that
and he
you...
will secure this round.
Like, it'd be nice to have
That
some
one
thought
kill
behind
from
it instead of
Venka
just
might have
mindlessly
just made OG shut down.
sending.
Followed it up with a double. Little scrappy here and there, but it's still going to be G
Little
in
scrappy.
the advantage. 2v1. Hoax. Do we expect? No,
Yeah,
we will
nice,
not.
though.
Just checks it for the names.
Yeah, it got a little bit crazy. There was like loads of 1v1s going. Dude, the Observer kind of did great to catch everything.
8-2.
I hate making new
The
friends.
GE playing more than this?
mean,
Dude, they have 5 best of
Poppy
3s
did
in the
a
next
wee
5
bit
days,
of
yeah.
trolling there, but
Jeff
good
Hitch, thank you so
recovery.
much,
Obviously,
Jeff.
the timing from
Thank you with the
Venka
tier
not
1.
quite there because the trip. Crystal did a nice job.
You
Back
gifted,
in
you were
checking
gifting
on it.
and
Looks like we've got a little bit of a disconnect here.
game changers,
But-
right? I remember you.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like OG is like playing poorly. They're still, you know, they're trying to find these opportunities, but like the gaps are so small. Like the gaps
100%
on
accuracy
Haven
while
were
jet
there
dashing.
for them to
Yeah,
exploit.
imagine.
They were,
Right
you know,
there.
Just
pushing
clearing
down,
corners like it.
There.
finding space.
I'm not gonna watch all the GE games.
finding these
I can't
timings,
watch tomorrow, but everything
it
else I
seems
think I'm
like
okay unless there's
the
some kind of
game
conflict
plan
of other
from
tournaments.
GE has really tightened up, and you
The
know, they're
liquid
not getting
facility,
caught,
yeah.
in the open with utility in hand. They're not getting sort of like backstabbed right at the last moment. Looks like a PC might have crashed actually, or Crystal kicked the cord. Come on, Crystal.
I mean, he is.
What are you
He's a
doing?
big. He's a big guy, isn't he? I heard he's.
I mean, it's
6'3".
those Muay Thai instincts coming out. He got a little mad.
Off-season
picked the
plans for Liquid?
PC,
They're in a tournament.
Sometimes that happens.
It's like a
it's built into
four-person
it,
tournament.
right?
I'm not sure it's
Yeah.
properly got announced. I think it got
Pre-programmed.
announced on
Yeah, I
Twitter.
actually wanted to ask.
They were
Are there
invited.
any other? You know,
But I don't
you
think
did
it's like
say, you did
on
mention
VLR
Crystal.
yet,
Are there
or all
any
the other
other
teams are announced
hobbies
yet.
that are off the grid, kind of for the other players?
I don't know them that well at that level yet, just because we've mostly interacted on Discord,
Okay.
about the game. Haven't had
Mhm.
enough time to like hang out with anybody really. So yeah, that'll be. I think that'll be something for the vlogs. If you haven't
Yeah.
already, make sure you subscribe to the channel. because there will be
tomorrow,
vlogs where
if
you'll
yeah.
get to figuring out, who the players are. Who are these
Exactly.
guys that are representing BE?
Yep. You get a lot of insider information, get to know your players better, hopefully across the season. But for now, they are in complete control and they know exactly what OG are up to. One by one, the small
What's the
little
name of the cards?
mistakes
Jinx,
that,
maybe?
OG are
See
making,
Floor
or
actually
even
joining
the
Apex.
proactiveness that they're showing. GE
I mean,
have
I
almost
see. I
corrected
think
it
Floor will be
instantly
in
the
tier
next round,
1
right?
next year. Yeah.
When they pushed up B,
I don't know if it'll
next
be
round
Apex.
instantly just shut it down. Even on A, when they were trying to take control, the very next round they sent in a little bit of passiveness and then took control on contact, found perfect timing
might
to
be.
take out the player there. So
CNET?
GE
Yeah, that's
have
the
been
thing.
capitalizing on information.
I guess
pretty quickly
CNET's been
because
like
OG have sometimes been repeating things on multiple rounds, and that's not been going the right way for them.
EG. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
I think there's teams that are still like
what you're saying
unsure about
the
duelist,
proactivity is
which
correct.
means
OG is still trying to be proactive.
if she wants,
but
she'll
GE
at least
is
get trials,
doing
right?
a very good job responding like actively to that proactivity.
Team looks the best in
and
EMEA
so
right
it's
now.
making it really
I mean,
hard because
Heretics
this
is definitely
this is a
the
map and
answer,
specifically a
but we haven't
comp
seen most of the teams.
where it's very hard not to play aggressive because the map is
Yeah.
pretty tight. It's pretty small, like so you have to be proactively doing things all the time. And if you don't have the correct reactions about like when you should be aggressive and when you should play passive and how to like win that information game, you can really come out looking kind of like outmatched, which is sort of what we're seeing right now, where GE just like
I think NRG could be top 4 in Americas. Dude, the NRG can... I said this before they played the Sentinel Invitational. That roster's good enough to win a Masters or a Champs.
As once
Stuff
again,
has to
that
go
mid
right,
side going to,
but-
okay. OG pushing in from mid here. The counter stun is perfect to hold Wenka off. Aftershock as well. Drone gonna be making sure that it spots him first. And now they're just gonna have to fight this together as a 5. Venka's not connecting anything, but
That's like how you
together
don't
will
want to use the
put a
neon
hold
off.
off. Once
Like
again,
you gotta
sitting in their spot,
commit,
waiting
carry
for
on
OG
moving. When you're doing
to
like
make
jiggle
their
peaks and
movements.
you're just
And
at
they're
one angle, that is
absolutely
like
on
the
point,
complete
reading
opposite
this,
of how you
ready
want to
for
use that.
everything. And within seconds, they've gone down to a 5.
That's like forcing a bad fight. Yeah, it really was
I
forcing a
like
bad
the
fight.
idea.
I was like
the
not understanding what
proactivity.
you want
I
to be
like what they
achieving
had in
on.
mind. That stun was
Neon.
really good. But GE, the counter
Like
utility that they dropped in
the
on it
strat
was
makes sense.
really,
Spike
really
planted.
well timed and well thought out.
Yeah, this has been actually kind of a masterclass.
Neon is all about the speed. Yeah, the big thing about Neon is just how hard he is to hit.
Enemy
I thought
remaining.
his falling was
That
pretty
and
good
melting.
overall, but this map, I mean, he's been a wizard so far. Like every single time that OG's trying to get aggressive,
Last
it's the
round
perfect
in the
time to
half.
call a much more passive round.
Yeah. The vision's there, the ideas are there, the execution's just falling a little short of its distance that it needs to be on. It is 9-2, and we're heading into probably 10-2 territory. By the way,
This is still a very good
everything's
sign for
going.
GE though.
GE have got 2 great ults as well. One of them is gonna probably, throw things into overdrive.
How's the pass and game changer experience? It was awesome. It actually was
They're
awesome. It was a
now
really cool
looking to
event.
probably execute it
Vibes are
themselves.
great. Everyone's just like really
Deep
happy.
recon gonna set
Players are all
up,
super nice.
Patrick
Everyone's just talking to everyone.
on towards
Cool.
tiles. They're gonna break that door. Keep things alive, but
Riot
Venka,
like sorted everything for me. I
Scott
barely
in
had to like
close.
think.
They've not
Cool.
spotted him just yet. He's holding a bit of an off angle. Now he gets one, but he's alone. I'm not sure why Hoax didn't choose to peek with him there.
I know exactly where.
Trade potential was almost
Yeah,
zero. Hoax
OG
was
are-
kind of in the back
OG
line.
are also not like it's a little bit inflated in
Already
terms of how
take him
G are
on.
looking, just because
At all.
OG
That's
aren't
given
great on this
GE
map.
Ample amount of information.
Like the amount of individual deaths are crazy. But
Yeah, we'll take a little neon diff in this round if I'm a GE fan, which I happen to be. So again, I mean the rotation is Nicely called by Kelly here. They're going to go hit the site that has one player who has no ability to stop them. Just need to cleanly execute this for a very, very small
Yeah, maybe a wartime recon could own it.
Indeed. Smokes out. They're gonna not expect.
Yeah, that is not the recon that I wanted to see.
Be up this close. OG coming on the flank now, and that's been spotted by
Oh,
Yudotan. He's seen everything. GE have information about everything right now. As Patrick's been sent on a mission.
This is not a good Sunset defense.
Kind of exhaust his ultimate. Does get a chunk of damage, a headshot with that, but not gonna give out any more. You know.
Also sounds like he wants to sleep. I mean, honestly, if you said that for me, that's very valid.
As this retake from OG could mean everything.
And the cut's doing pretty good.
For the next half. They're gonna get 2 here. It's gonna be everything. Poppy gets the trade. Yes, he will. Time is of the essence for OG. It's gonna be Poppy to clutch it out.
Oh,
does he get the one? He gets the first. The second. Gonna connect.
Oh,
and the third's gonna be
I still liked how calm it was.
Yeah, I think. Oh no. I think he does.
Yeah, I still liked how calm it was. It was a nice try on it.
Almost a Poppy.
It's 3. I mean, maybe we get a pistol and we get a bit of a game here.
Solid half for GE. Yeah, I mean, you hate to say it as a caster.
Dual streaming? Yeah,
cliche,
Twitch and YouTube at the moment.
Huge pistol coming up for Orangutan.
He didn't know they're one shot. Yeah, I'm wondering if I don't know. I haven't seen him play enough. I don't know if that's like just how his aiming style is, or if almost didn't like proper come in. Might have been like chip damage across the board.
Global Esports has been on both ends of the 9-3 curse. But yeah, we'll find out if that's going to be holding true here. For that, OG really need to win this pistol. And it seems like they're keen on exploiting that towards that A site. For the moment, they've got 3 players and a spike right there. They've left a Sova outside of B. I think he's just going to maybe give him a bit of information.
Pre-firing of the camera. Well, we're starting to use this new camera. I like this camera a lot.
As GE,
honestly, I only saw this like this month,
mid.
maybe. One that like sees over.
Yep, the mid
like all the middle.
Controlling this area should be able to suss out that it's going to be an A hit here pretty soon.
That's good though. That's good info. They can just speed up over towards A as they see this walk through middle. They're probably going to think there's trips here as well, so they just got to be careful on it.
Indeed, it is. They've actually retreated towards the B side. They're going for a lot more of a safer route.
Yeah, let's look how the GE retake is.
There's still a retake
I would
camera
kind of like a push through middle, but
from Yudotan to give them
it didn't have to happen.
There it is. I think he spotted out the 2.
Sonya, how you doing?
There's a trade 1-for-1, but it's still Global Esports who've got the advantage. Another stun.
Yeah, Omen Flash is good, but no one's shooting this recon.
He's still alive somehow. The Ford coming in, gets the 1 kill. Big from him. Global Esports taking the flood in. It's going to be Patrick taking the first contact, but Yudo...
There's so many low HPs. One shot.
Just needs 1 triple tap.
One more one shot.
Get the 1. Hopes low as well. He gets the second and third.
Okay, well, it's going to be a convincing one.
1 by 1, the damage.
Yeah, honestly, it was more OG making this look a little bit strong. They also didn't break this trip and they had camera. It was a nice setup to retake though with camera. Recon needed to get shots still. But
yeah, just really nice control.
DGs. Oh yeah, this one is. This one's over.
Situations where if you get a little bit too ahead of yourself and you give away 1 kill, you absolutely lose the pistol on the retake.
Yep.
Because like that initial trade of utility was really good from OG. They totally stopped the retake initially, but GE played that super patiently.
Hello, Sheriff.
Kind of get pressured by the spike timer, and was able to just kind of like pick apart the weaker players on OG.
Yes, this should do.
Good stuff overall, and now they're going for a bit of a exploratory mission towards B main. The recon's been broken. I thought Yudo's actually going to peek on the back of that, even if it was broken.
I'll to get good aim like you, and Kostiev's instant spamming paid chatter, that's outrageous. Kostiev, that's probably a timeout.
Stuck by the trip, and that's going to be Crystal securing that kill. Little too ambitious there, Ovenka.
That warrants a timeout, surely.
And now the backstab is open.
Love that, yeah, thank you.
Doesn't seem like it's necessary. Crystal's going to find multiple people there.
Gecko synergizer Neon, not as well as the others.
Ready for any fights. Oh, only 1 left.
Yeah.
He's going to go down as well.
Just if you time stuff right.
We'll finish off this round at the end as well. 11-3, and it seems like we might be heading into the end of this game here, Elevated.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a good map from Crystal. It's been a good map from pretty much everybody on GE. Pretty big kill spread across the entire board. Definitely doing a much better job of shutting down Venka this map than they did on.
Yeah, I mean,
where he kind of ran
GE, this is the map they pick. Oh, I didn't realize that was a thing.
No,
Oh, you'd hear it, Ali.
in a
Yeah,
dire
GE on
need
their
for
map
a
would
round
look
here,
good
and
though.
this is their first buy, and they need
Can't really
to
argue.
win this
It's
big
only been
round.
one half out of 3 that they
Aggressive
haven't looked
and
good. That's
quick motions
nice.
from GE towards A main and mid as well. They set up their players, but Techno is going to make sure that his team stays on top in terms of numbers. Takes 2 for the one that GE found, and not backing out just yet. Crystal picks up the Vandal. Gonna spam
Well,
through that
I
smoke,
mean, they
making
hit
sure nobody
2.
explodes in. Gets a free kill, not gonna be happening. But OG re-clearing this angle. They're gonna go in as a 4, and they're gonna find another.
Crystal got a little greedy there. But the timing from OG, very nice. Refilling that space.
The
Right
Hector.
as,
But they
GE
heard
was
another
leaving
on
it.
site, so they should expect this.
We'll see if we can hit the 3 or 4 gun
Yeah, right, drone and everything.
taken away.
Last player standing.
Yeah, let's try.
Probably not.
Yeah, I thought it was on him.
Well, OG do secure their buy round at the bare minimum, and it was a really required one as well. If they hadn't gotten that, it would have been GG's game over.
Went around when they actually play and swing
I
together.
thought, G had a
Do
good
about-
idea there.
do about
The
OG,
flash was
yeah,
great,
OG have played
setting
so
up
individual.
Patrick on tiles as well. But once again, it's again Helef with that stun, right? He stops off the most important incision point, that's Patrick. And he's the first one they find as to make sure, no matter who we find as a
It's
trade,
hard to get
it's
that
gonna
stuff.
be the Neon who
That was
have to
why
do it
G2
first.
lost
Because if he's taken
in
out,
game
the
changes
rest of
as
the team
well.
kinda slows down.
They just played so individual.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Breach is good on this map for a reason. Because
Well, they do that. I mean, that's stun on stuns.
Oh, look at that setup. That's
Oh,
perfect.
the neon,
Crystal
the
getting
neon jumped back
absolutely
in as well.
a free murder, and he gets away with it as well. The number of stuns.
Might have been
that
dodging
A-main
like a
allows
breach
him
damage or something,
to
and
make
then jumped
full
back
use of
into the
Hunter's
ult,
Fury.
I guess.
And Yudo knows that there's one towards mid as well. I'm pretty sure. As soon as this switch gonna be broken, yep, there it is. I think that's gonna flash out, slide out. And they're heading in towards A. No, they're just kind of holding on for the moment. Kelly calls out for his team. He's saying that they could be anywhere
What happened in map
spawn.
1?
You guys need to check your extremities, but the
I mean, OG were just way
motion
better
that's actually called out from OG is the fact that G pushed up A main.
on that map
And
in
Yudo's
comparison
holding
to
the
this.
most amazing position.
Love this.
Yudo.
Also notice
on,
how
waiting for the
he
trigger to
didn't
flip,
turn.
but it doesn't
Right,
seem like
person
he's gonna
walks
have
by,
it pretty
but he
long.
didn't turn his gun,
Great
right?
stuff there.
Because
Venka,
obviously when you
the
turn
only
your gun,
one
you
who
get
finds a kill
seen
from OG this
earlier, so he's
round
just waiting to
is
see if
gonna
there's
have
other
to get
numbers.
away as well.
They didn't want to
12
look to the left in
four,
case the
and
second
this
person
might
in
just
sees the
be
barrel of the gun, so
the
he
end
played great
of
there.
the first
Done
series
everything right.
of this face-off global esports
I mean,
event.
it's 8 chances. They're looking solid.
A little too confident.
Been my most
that
impressed
Silver's
with
not
so
gonna turn
far.
around
Kellis's
and
calling's
use it
been
for
really
my
good.
taste.
And
I
then
swear.
still the 2 that I knew
Green at
about,
the very
I would
least,
say.
but-
To be fair, my eyebrows just went straight up. And I'm
Udatan-
okay, then we're doing this.
Udatan
already.
gets a big
And then,
tick.
all right,
Yeah.
kind of
Then Crystal we know about already. And then these 2 I still need to see more.
But yeah, one more chance for OG to try and make a comeback here. Oh, that's a good start. Becky gets the first kill.
Oh, nice shots.
Okay, Crystal. The double there was massive from him.
Oh my
and
goodness, what is that
Patrick,
movement? How was
a
that? Dude,
little
actually
too
hit that.
out of the open, I feel, gave himself up there. It's a 2v2. It is the
down.
Cypher and Breach duo. And Yudo's got the perfect position to find one. There goes the new step. Just needs to get away.
Discipline
Doesn't
as
need to
well.
fight that anymore. They've got the spike in their hand as well. It's on a
Dude,
main.
teach this guy
All they
how to
need
luck
is
in
for
certain
DC to make
situations.
his
He's
moves,
going to be a
make his
god.
mistakes. Where does he plan to go? He's got a minute to play with. He could make the play all the way from mid and kind of flank him, and that's already been marked as well. They're ready for everything. They've kind of just submitted themselves towards A main, both the G players, and DC is heading in the same direction that had just been marked, I believe, from Kelly.
Yeah, Yudo's got the read on this. I mean, he's kind of shown this map why we picked him up. Like he was just too good in the trials not to have on our team, even though it meant
Yeah, I can see that.
30 seconds left.
Oh.
to make room for Patrick Hu on Duelist. I mean, he's just such an intelligent player. As
Yeah,
I see him,
that's
get time
so
here,
good.
but,
He's
I mean, he really is just
talking
making
about
a
being
lot
such an intelligent player just as this happens.
Never
It is just nice that we kind of
mind.
realized this wasn't
He
happening.
gave
We
too
might have found the
much time.
timing here.
DC gave
Okay,
too much time to just kind of
GE,
think of,
we
maybe
had
if I
4
just get out, I'm just
halves,
gonna have a quick
and only 1 half was
peek,
like
see,
not
and
good.
that's gonna be it.
And honestly, for
The
a
end
new
of the
team, you
series,
take that.
2-0 for Global Esports as they finished 13-4 on map 2. And Sunset pretty clearly showing why you guys picked it at Elevated. Honestly, great map from them.
Yeah, I mean they also
Yeah,
did
just a
not
really
get
clean
tested in this
performance
map.
overall. I mean, we didn't get to see a ton of the defensive side from GE.
Yeah, they didn't
but,
get tested at
I
all.
think it would have been sort of
Okay,
more of
chat,
the
this
same,
kind of
like,
worked
basically
out
every time that OG
perfect
tried something,
time-wise
GE
as
had
well.
the perfect counter for it. And especially on the
Okay,
attack
chat.
side.
I
just,
gotta go
like,
do media. This
reading
everything's worked out
Kelly's
perfect. I
read on the
got
game was
literally been
really
messaged to
excellent.
media now, and we
Just, like,
finished the
every
game.
time that OG
So
was
let me
getting
upload
aggressive,
this, and
GE was
then
like
I
really
will
far back
go
in spawn,
do
ready for
media.
it. We were looking at the ults. We were looking at
The
the
people
money
that are
situation,
wondering, I
expecting
can't
the play
stream
patterns from
this
OG, and I mean,
tomorrow.
it kind of helps. We're playing the same comp,
But
right?
I'll
Like,
stream the
we
Soar
understand exactly how
Invitational,
this
and
comp
then I
works,
think
and so we
I
kind
should
of had
stream
a
the
little
game
bit
on
of a soul
Wednesday as
read there
well.
going on.
I only missed one of the GE
Yeah.
games.
Global esports.
Okay, I appreciate you all for watching.
Really
If anyone
great
missed
pickup.
like
Like
the
I
first
said,
map, you want to
from
watch
the
it back,
last
we've got a
map,
VOD
they're
channel
gonna,
as
just
well.
kind of ride on
VODs
that
will also be
momentum.
uploaded onto
And
my
as
normal
Jimmy mentioned
YouTube.
as well, right? A win's a win, and he's just gonna
Yeah,
keep
Wednesday I'll
reminding
be
his
streaming,
players
so the
that
day after.
it doesn't matter
If it's
you've lost
EDG,
at
then
13
I'll
level.
watch a VOD at
We're
one
gonna,
point.
talk about all
How
the
about that?
mistakes later on. We can fix it in, the post.
Okay, I appreciate you all,
but
chat.
you need
Thank
to
you, thank
focus
you,
on
thank
what's
you. I
ahead
will
of
see
you.
you.
And they did.
See you guys soon. Okay.
Once again, it was Crystal.
All right, peace,
and
everyone.
he
Peace,
had
peace, peace,
so
peace,
much
peace.
impact on this game, apart from Yudotan. Yudotan's lurks.
Oh,
on
chat,
that
give me something
attack
to raid.
side, absolutely amazing.
Let's do that.
Perfect, right? He was
I'm
really
forgetting what we do
on
here.
point
Give
at
me something
making
to
sure
raid.
that the pressure was constantly put on OG's shoulders. And every single time Kelly called that, you know what, OG have done this before, we're going to hold out here, they're going to repeat this. They made mistakes again and again. OG went out solo, went out in
Oh my god,
places
you
where
gave me
they
so many
truly could have
numbers,
been
so many
winners,
names.
did not fully put down their
Uh,
foot in places where they could have won their fights. And Kelly was in
Laz,
the best position to read those out and just, make sure that his team knows what
in
they're
free,
doing.
he
Plays on the
retired.
back of his
Sure.
util. And Patrick, once again,
This is.
I feel like he could
That the right
have,
one?
probably had a little bit more impact, but hey,
Someone
he
check
did
it
his
before I
job
send it,
really
but I think
well,
that's
just
the right one.
creating space, and I'm glad about that. I'm happy that
Okay,
he
thank
was
you so
able
much,
to
everyone.
make
Thank
the
you,
space
thank you.
for the team.
See you all soon, okay?
Yeah, I mean that's
Right,
one of the
peace,
things,
peace,
right?
peace.
Like,
Alright, chat, I'll
obviously,
see you
we've
in
been kind of like hyping
the
up
evening
Patrick,
tomorrow.
like, who is
Evening
this
tomorrow,
guy?
alright?
Why is this guy
Peace, peace,
getting
peace.
picked up?
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
You've seen all of his
Shout out to the
clips and
mods.
stuff like that.
Also,
But
shout
at
out
the
to
end
the
of
mods for the game
day, like, this
changers.
is a
Thank you so
team
much for all the
game,
work,
right?
by the way,
You have to
mods.
do your job, and he
Okay,
does that
peace.
job extremely well for us. Like, we just won 13-4 on this